Huh?
Uh,
ATL with another.
like you in the couch.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. You have reached the office family. Is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
No one is home. Pick up the phone. Where did I go wrong? Please don't leave. Please don't hate. Please don't forsake. I need therapy. You were supposed to love me. You were supposed to protect me. But you was the one that cut me deeply and hurt me. So I started thinking if somebody can hurt you that's supposed to love you. Think what a stranger would do. That's why I had these trust issues. I got deep wounds, but I can't tell you. Cause I'm afraid how you might judge this person who I'm talking to. Every time I call, no one is home. No one pick up the phone. Where did I go wrong? Please don't leave. Please don't hate. Please don't forsake. I need therapy. I wrote this in my marriage, probably destroyed my family. Felt like a horrible dad. Wishing mama had a miscarriage. You don't know how hard it can be telling you these things about me. Lord knows my life wasn't perfect, but sometimes I feel like I deserve. Wishing my wife would leave, she can do much better than me. I cost her so much agony. I know I need this therapy. I don't think there is help for me. Every time I call, no one is home. No one pick up the phone. Where did I go wrong? Please don't leave. Please don't hate. Please don't forsake. I need therapy. I need that soul therapy, cause everything else is gonna let me down. I need that spiritual therapy, Lord, I don't know if you can hear me now. Sometimes I feel like I don't need you, Lord knows I got issues. But what are you to do when somebody misuse you or abuse you? This is the life I was given, that's why I'm so unforgiving from the floor like I was a bitch. Every time I would hear a no as I was standing, that is the consequences when you street driven. PTSD got me searching for soul therapy. Trying to get rid of my demons before they have a chance to bury me. Every time I call, no one is home. Pick up the phone. Where did I go wrong? Please don't leave. Please don't hate. Please don't forsake. I need therapy.
What's happening? What's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Non For Real show where everything we do is.
Nah, for real.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all already know what time it is. We got my homeboy Big Chris in the building, and we also got Crystal still back. And y'all already know we got my A school Bukun, my homie G, Lil G. He ain't little no man, no more. I'm gonna start calling him Lil G. I'm gonna call him OG. How that?
Oh, I like that.
OG. So we're gonna call him OG. You know what I'm saying? And we got me, Chosen. Why? You can't even see me. G King.
Nah.
You fix that right quick, please.
No, you're not important.
Shut up. But
You can't see Dad on the camera. Cause he,
So,
he
listen-
blends in with the couch. Yeah.
But listen, y'all. We are back. We sorry that we have not been doing our but we've been very, very busy. And it's hard trying to do 40 different things. But we back. We're definitely gonna try and do this thing every 2 weeks. If we can't do it every week, we're gonna do it every 2 weeks. But we back here. How y'all doing, man?
Cool, man. You did.
Can't hear you, Chris.
My mic off.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's you. Bring it closer to you.
It's
Yeah. I'm close.
Turn it around. You might have got it wrong.
Yelled in their ears.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Yeah.
Find it. You gotta turn it and find the one that's the soft spot.
He never been with a woman before.
But
I've
listen,
been with you.
don't start.
do not start.
Stop. Hey, but we back, y'all. Hey, listen, y'all see the topic. The topic is what? What was
Men
the
and
topic?
women.
Men and women, right?
Control.
So I didn't really feel like putting a lot. Basically, what it is, right, is we're gonna go on both sides. Krista's here to answer for the women. Well, she's different, so she can't answer. So if there's any women out there, you can answer
Whoa,
for
what
it.
did you just say?
You're different, and you'll see why I say that. You're different.
Oh.
But then the
Oh,
men
you're
can answer, or the boys can answer, and we go from there. So my first question is, right? Why is it that a woman wants a man to grow up?
Well,
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna get into my thing why I think they shouldn't do that to a certain extent.
What you mean
But
grow up?
well, they want them to basically just be that dude that don't play video games, don't collect toys, and when I say toys, I mean things that we call toys, like certain things that
action figures.
yeah, and all that stuff. They just want them to be one of those. They want them to be one of those men that go and take vacations and just spend time with them, and then pay all the bills and help clean up, and that's it. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out, why do women want a man to stop doing what he likes doing? He doesn't ask her to stop doing what she asks. I don't think certain ones.
I feel like women be one. I feel like I feel like we naturally play too much.
Chris, you make sure that you stay
My
in the
fault.
mic.
Yeah. I feel like women men, we play too much.
some,
Yeah.
but it don't really matter. But go ahead though.
I don't know. I feel like they be wanting us to like mature.
But
super mature.
Well, see, here's my thing, right? What I'm saying is, yeah, to super mature. That's what I'm talking about. It's a difference between mature and super mature.
Yeah.
And they want the men to go all the way in with super duper mature.
Right.
And that ain't gonna happen. But I'm just trying to figure out, from a woman perspective, Chris, if you want to answer, or anyone else out there want to answer, why is it that you want the man to completely grow up, like just completely grow up and just stop?
Well, I mean, I think there's something to be said about some men being immature and being, if that takes the crux of your time, like that's all you spend your time doing. You go, for those that do even work, you go to work, you come home, and all you do is play video games or whatever. Then there's something to be said about, you need to reevaluate your life. But that's true. To me, I think the same is true for men that work too much. If all you do is spend your time working and you don't ever see your family, something needs to be said about that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just.
But I think it should be an understanding. Like, let's just say this. Let's say this. Like how we do. Let's say, like, come home. Everybody come home. We spend time, living room. We talk. We gather. We do our thing. And then around about 9, 10 o'clock, everybody go and do their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody split up. They be like, all right, we done been here for 5 hours or 4 hours, and we done ate dinner together, and then we go do our thing. And if that was something that is, my thing is, like, sometimes the man need time to himself, and the woman need to understand that. And then but the man have to understand that the woman be wanting him too. But the woman have to I think, like, a woman have to show sometimes the man that she's interested, like that she wants him to want her, not him coming trying to guess. And then she's like, leave me alone. Then when he leave her alone, she's like, oh, you leaving? No, them are like mind games.
Well, I don't think
and I think that part you need to grow up as a woman to stop playing those type of games.
Facts.
But I don't think it's.
Play too much.
I don't think it's restricted to gender roles. I think the same. Is
No,
true in reverse. Like, I think that
yeah.
there's plenty of men in the situation who feel like, I wish my woman would spend more time with
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? I don't think it's restricted to gender. I think that's
No.
true for
Well,
everybody.
what the reason why I say women, because it's mostly women that does it. You know what I'm saying? Men just do them.
Culturally, I guess.
Men gonna say this. Well, most men, they're gonna go, hey, shout, what's up? You know, they just gonna be upfront with what they want to do. Certain women try to make you guess almost, like it's a game.
They want you to figure it out.
Yeah, and it's like, no, like, no, what's wrong?
Chris,
I know he started yelling.
He
Yeah.
did.
I don't know why he got the mic down so low,
Cause it's like in my face. But if I like lift
but
it
no
up,
one can hear you, Chris.
if I lift it up, right?
There you go.
It's better.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to talk. If I'm talking to you, it's kind of hard not to look at you.
Okay, that's cool. But if you keep the mic right there, you still can look and talk.
Yeah.
See?
Oh. But yeah, like I was saying though. Man, what was I saying?
Here.
What were we just talking about?
We talking about how the woman wants you to guess what
yeah,
she.
like
you know.
women we want you to figure it out for some reason. I think they like kind of impresses them in a
Mhm.
way.
Mhm.
It's kind of like stupid to me because I'd rather you just tell me what you want.
Okay, well there's something to be said about that.
What's that?
Because that part I think is true. I think women, we're very observant. We
Mhm.
observe things,
Mm-hmm.
and we expect that men would be observational as well. Like, for instance, I don't, if you were to get me something for my birthday, I don't want to have to tell you, this is what I want for my birthday. I want you to be observational and observant enough to know me well enough to say, oh, my wife would like such and such. Do you understand what I'm saying? Versus me coming out and being like, hey, this is what I want. Because then it's like, what's the point?
Well, if you talking about that scenario, I would suggest if my mom would tell me like give me some ideas of
But
what you would like.
But if you observe her, then you'll know.
Well,
what
some
if
women,
I-
some
what if I-
women you
what if I-
observe,
what
some
if I
women
be
you
wrong?
observe and you still
What-
don't
what?
get it.
If I be wrong,
Exactly.
Well, I mean, but the thing is that most women, if you're just not complete, if you're not completely off base, then it's different. If you get close, if you get in the range, you know what I mean? Like, say for instance, she doesn't like you've observed and she doesn't like the smell of like vanilla, and you don't go buy her some vanilla perfume or something. Like, that's something you should know. Observationally, you should know her well enough to say she doesn't like the smell of vanilla, or this is the kind of perfume she normally wears, or this is the color she tends to like.
Yeah.
And then you stay in that ballpark, you get credit for that. For the most part, I'm sure there's some women that are very not like that, but for the most part, I think you get credit for that.
so why are some women materialistic?
Well, that's just some men are
Wow.
materialistic.
Sure live.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's gender
Man,
specific.
I think I
either.
think that's just everybody.
There's people that might just be, but
But
that comes back to something like we had talked about. Like, there's different what they call love languages,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a legit thing. Like, some people, there's a certain way you show and express your love, and there's a certain way that you feel love.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, Willie, we did this at the church a few years ago. Willie's love language is physical touch. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when you physically touch Willie,
Oh,
it makes him feel loved. He feels loved that way. Me, I don't really like to be touched that much. Like, if you touch me, it more annoys me than tells me that you love me.
Yeah.
So, but like, I use words of affirmation for love. Like, that's how I show love. Like, oh, you're doing such a great job, son. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, she
Like,
just petted you again, G.
I'm sorry, G. Did G not? G doesn't respond to.
Is he dead?
No.
You okay? Oh, but there's like I think there's 5 or 7 love languages. So some people respond. Gifts is one of the love languages. Like, people will give gifts. My dad is like that. My dad, if he sends you money, that's his way of saying I love you. Everything is fine, and I want you to know that. But
Don't love me then.
no, he doesn't. He
Yeah.
doesn't like you at all. But even like, but that's how he expresses love.
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't mean anything by it. It's just that's how he does it.
Yeah, I guess.
So some people are different. They receive love and give love
I'm
differently.
saying though, like, let's just say, right? Boom. You have a female,
Mhm.
you have a male.
Mhm.
They're together. So what if the male thought he was being observant? You know what I'm saying? And he do something he do something from the heart.
Right.
But then what if she turn around and is like totally like denying, like, I don't like that.
Well, then you
Who-
have to question her motives anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Because if she's not willing to be like, oh, that was very sweet of you, but, and then kind of give you like correction, like, oh, Chris, that was very sweet of you, but I don't, this perfume smells kind of flowery, and I don't really like flowers.
So I got a question for you.
Okay.
If we to give you something, right?
Uh-huh.
Like a pair of shoes.
Yes.
If you didn't like the shoes, would you tell him right then and there? Or would you thank him and then tell him like probably like
It depends. There was a time when Willie bought a really expensive pair of shoes, and I'm just like, I don't see the point because I'm not a gifts kind of person.
Well, it didn't that you didn't like them, you just didn't want them.
I did like I did like the shoes. It was just
Well, he
that I
talking
don't
about
see
not
the
liking
point.
though.
Oh, like if I didn't like
Yeah,
it.
like
What
if
if
you
you
didn't
didn't
like
like
them, like
I
they
would
were
be like,
ugly.
oh, thank you very much. And then, I mean,
I
if
expect-
okay, if
no,
it's
don't
from Willie,
play with
hold on,
me.
listen,
Yeah.
if it's from
You
Willie,
know what I
I'm
know.
gonna tell him, they're okay.
Like, you
They're
don't like him?
okay. And I'm gonna say,
And
no,
then-
not really.
They gonna
Oh,
crush
well,
somebody-
then
they
let's
gonna
take 'em
crush
back.
somebody's
But
heart.
like if my
No,
kids,
not me.
if my kids, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It depends on who you're talking to. Like if my kids ever, if you're when you have kids, if your kids paint you something, it can literally look like they pooped on a piece of paper and wiped it with their hands, and you're just gonna be like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever,
Yeah.
because they need that.
Yeah.
They need the affirmation for you to be like, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
But if Willie did it, I would just be like, oh, Willie, this is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like it, but thank you.
Yeah. And that's my thing. Like, be honest with that, because if she be like, yeah, I love him, and then I'm wondering 3-4 weeks from now she ain't wore them shoes yet. We could have tucked them shoes back.
For somewhere nice.
You know what I'm saying? We could have
Yeah.
tucked them. We could have tucked them back, got the money, and you could have bought some other shoes with the money, or you could have spent the money on whatever you want to spend it on. But I'm for
here's-
real about that.
Here are the languages, the love languages. It's quality time,
Mm-hmm.
physical touch,
Uh-huh.
acts of service,
Uh-huh.
receiving gifts. Oh wait, I missed one because there's 5. Oh, words of affirmation.
Where's affirmation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So love language could just be like universal. It don't have to just be like in a relationship.
No, and usually there's one way that you receive love, and then there's one way you give love. Usually, so
No, I'm
like,
talking about those love languages. You just list, right?
yeah,
Can you use those love languages like in just like a regular friendship?
yeah,
Okay.
sure. Everybody, the idea behind it, it's not like an exact science. The idea behind it is everybody has a set of love languages.
Hmm.
And so you can take a test and it'll kind of tell you this is how you receive love, this is how you give love. And if you're in a relationship, regardless of whether it's a friendship, a marriage, your kids, whatever, it'll help you identify.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, Willie is physical touch, but I'm not a touchy person. Like I don't like to be touched, but I have to remember that's how he feels love, so I have to touch him. You know what I mean? I have to make sure that that's something I'm conscious of
Dang
doing.
right.
Oh, cool.
So, anything else on that?
So
Or
I'm
we can
just
go
saying
to the
that
next one.
that all
And
started.
if y'all
because
have
some
topics,
people-
now come on with them.
I'm just saying that all starts from some people not being necessarily materialistic, but receiving gifts makes them feel loved. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really nice. You bought me a gift. I'm not that way.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about gifts.
Yeah, but you might
Too
care
much.
about spending time or somebody giving you words of affirmation. Like, Chris, that was a really good job. I really appreciate you cleaning the house. I
Yeah.
really appreciate you, or like, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate stuff like that too.
Yeah.
You got a topic?
Oh yeah.
G, what's your love language, do you think? Do you like to be touched?
He like affirmation.
Words of affirmation? Like, gee, that was a really good job. I really appreciate. Huh? Giving gifts, you like
He
to
play
receive
like you
gifts?
don't.
What I like?
I'm serious. I don't
What if-
like when people do that. It's weird to me.
What about gifts?
So,
You
like,
like,
I don't know. I feel like he's talking down to me. Like,
oh, like,
Huh?
it's, like,
I'm
no,
dead
so I
for real.
can
don't know why
kind of
I've
see
always
it.
been like that.
It
What-
feels like
Because like you remember even when I told you when I figured I was like young and I told you like I didn't like compliments. It's because I don't know.
yeah,
I've
I can
always been
kind of
like
see that.
He really hear you in that, Michael.
Yo,
There it is.
gotta kiss
Yeah,
it.
he's got to put it in his
But,
mouth.
Which one is that one?
The
for
shirt.
sure.
I wonder why the shirt. I'm gonna see the settings over here because
But
that one.
Sure.
no, I was saying you remember when we was living in Clayton's and you had said something. And I was like, I don't like when people compliment me.
It feels
That's why. It's because it's
condescending.
just I don't know. It's just how I've always
I mean, I
been.
can kind of see that. Giving gifts, you like to get gifts.
I
If somebody gives you something, does it make you feel loved?
I like compliments.
Not really. It just
Spending
it's
time.
like cool.
So how do you get
I
to
don't
know?
know.
So how do you
We'll have to
get
give
to
you
a
the
point?
test.
So how do you get to a point where you know people care about you? What is
Yeah,
it that
what-
they need to
what
do?
is it that somebody
As long
does?
as you can like deal with me. Like if we can, my thing is if we can argue and do all this stuff and then come back and still be cool, that's all I need. Like, as long as I know someone got my back type jump, I guess you could say.
We're gonna
I'm
give G the
straight with
test and
that.
come back and
Like,
give
that's
everybody the
enough for me.
results.
Like no matter like you could
It's gonna
you
be
go your whole
NA.
life without saying anything to me or anything like that. But if I know we still cool at the end of the day, straight.
Yeah, that's
Like,
weird.
gifts is
No,
cool,
it's
whatever.
just not weird.
No,
I'm
not that. I'm
saying,
just
yeah.
saying with
Well,
him
we're gonna
saying
give him the test.
with
and
him
see
saying
what-
that he feel like somebody talking down on him. Like
Oh yeah,
Oh,
'Cause
I
I'm
mean,
saying-
I can kind
I've
of see
always
I
how
don't
it
see
feels
that.
like, no,
condescending.
I know I know people don't like when y'all do it. It's like I know it's from a place of love, so it's like I don't say anything. I
Yeah.
kind of keep it going. But I've always been like that. It just always felt weird to me.
So give me an
Yeah,
example.
like-
So give me like an example. What
So-
you think somebody say something like trying to
Just anything.
Like if
So
you're
if
like,
I be
gee,
like-
that was a very
Dang, bro,
good
that's-
job
you
cleaning
look-
your room, you're like,
yeah,
I'm not a
okay.
5-year-old. I don't need you to tell me I did a good job cleaning
It's
my
not
room.
even. It's just like,
Seriously?
that beat
I
was
don't know.
hard,
That's just
bro.
what it
Like I can
is.
see, but I can see
like,
that.
Even that.
I can see that.
But that's why I said.
But I'm
but
talking
y'all,
about-
y'all say I talk like when you say that, and then I'm like, I mean, I guess.
Well, when you
It's
say
like,
like
I'll
a
be
beat's
like,
hard.
y'all be like, you being hard on yourself. It's not really that. It's just like
It's a
kinda
place
what
of
I do.
humbleness.
Like
I don't know that it's humility with G. With G, I think it's more.
I don't know what it is.
He-
Responsibility.
It's. I don't think it's
Uh-huh.
that.
I'ma tell you how.
I'm gonna
Watch
tell you
this.
what I think it is, but I don't know if we really want to have that conversation.
Let's play Find the G.
Go ahead.
I think it's that he was always looking for approval from you, and he didn't get a whole lot of words of affirmation growing up.
Oh, that's a
And
lie.
so, no, I'm saying
G got a lot of affirmation with me all the time when it came to games. I guess it. No. Let's take this back. When it came to anything that was interesting for both of us.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, but
you're
there may
right,
have been
you're right,
something. So
you're
I
right,
think
you're right.
I think that now it's just awkward for him, and he's just like, now it feels like it's condescending.
What I think too is that it's a point where it's almost like a responsibility.
Meaning what?
Like when I say your beat's fire, right?
Uh-huh.
It's almost like, dang, now the next one got to be fired than this one.
Oh, living up
And
to
then,
expectation.
he don't want to do that because he's scared of failure.
And that's
I'm
another
serious.
thing. I think that comes from him.
Well, yeah,
He
it's
been
like a
given
little-
weight instead of wings when he was
Yeah.
younger.
Mix of both of those, I guess.
Yeah.
You could say.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just, I don't know. I
Why
just
you
feel
sat so
it's what
close?
you're supposed
You
to
want
do.
me?
He said he heard you like physical
I
touch.
think that's what
Yeah,
it is. I
yeah.
think because it's like I think that's another thing too. It's like, I mean, this is what you're supposed to do. Not a big deal. Like if I dress nice, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Make a
I
hard
see
beat,
what
that's
you're
what
saying.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know
It's
what?
like
I can
nothing.
I kind of on the flip side of that. Like I hear a lot of people like applauding men for
Mhm.
sticking around in the household.
Mhm.
And I always just have that thought in the back of my head, like, I
Like,
mean, that's
yeah.
what you're supposed to be
That's what I'm
doing. I don't
saying, like,
understand.
yeah.
You,
Like,
you,
I don't think
you
you
are,
need-
but you don't have to.
You-
and what
you
I mean by
do.
no,
No,
and I'm gonna tell you why, because if that woman has
I mean,
flipped
no,
the
no,
script,
I know what you're saying.
okay, I see. Okay,
I'm
so-
just saying in general, like, you know, if
I can hear that.
and I get it. Like, it is nice. It is nice to hear for most people.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I appreciate, like, you know, I appreciate you
I just don't like when they.
doing this.
I just don't like when
doing
people
that
go
thing.
all out on Mother's Day and then be like,
That is
to-
messed up. I
to
agree.
Father's Day. There you go.
But
like,
the thing is,
nigga.
I'm gonna say this. Listen, okay, don't use that
Mothers
word.
go through more than mothers.
No, they do, but I
Mothers
don't.
no, they
even,
do, but at the
but
same
I don't
time,
agree with
God,
that.
dog, you really pee on the dog on,
But I'ma
on,
tell you
on the
though,
Father's Day.
like with me, like I told Gianna, you can ask Gianna. I told her this.
Father get a tie and some socks.
When I grab gifts,
Or a
like if
gift
you,
card,
like
that
when
would
I was
be-
out, when I was out grabbing gifts for the concert, the New Year's Eve thing.
yeah,
With Toya, I had it on point. I was like, this. I had it all in my head. And then when I had to go out and shop for the guys, I was just like, I have zero idea what to buy.
yeah.
And I was so stuck. I ended up
Mhm.
going like 5 different stores trying to figure out what to buy because I had no idea. With the woman, I guess because I am a woman, it feels easier.
I think
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, I do. I guess you could say I do stuff. Receiving, I don't receive love well. I guess you could say.
Oh, okay.
I
That
guess you
makes
could say-
sense.
But the way I show it, or
At least you can identify that.
I guess you could. It just depends on the person, I guess.
And that's
on how I
that's good
give it,
because that's
like-
observational.
Because like you
Hush.
said, like people. Some people are like they like to be touched or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people like to. So it's like I can read the room and just be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
boom,
great.
boom. But,
That's
like,
good.
in
You're an
terms of-
empath though.
People doing stuff for me.
Yeah.
It's kinda like appreciate it. Keep it pushing.
Yeah. Chris, so how do you think your girl what do you think her love language is? Because I want her to see this and then be like, that boy is an
You trying to get
idiot.
them cussed out.
He's so dumb.
She gonna
Nah.
watch it, she gonna come on. What you talking about?
what do you think her love language is?
Don't get it
Wow.
wrong.
Right.
I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna
Yeah, we're
record
gonna
cut
send it to
out
her.
and send it to
We're
her.
gonna send it to her.
No, at first you like drive around. Just
So spending time with
spending
you?
time,
Okay.
like time.
So spending
saying?
time.
Yeah,
Quality
but,
time
like,
is her
just
love
us,
language.
though. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm gonna see if you're right.
Yeah, because she, you know what I'm saying? She really not a materialistic person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right.
How confident are you in your
Yeah.
answer?
Yeah, for real.
90.
90?
90? What's the other 10%?
Woo. I don't even know, my dog. Dang.
So
Cause, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's like a quiz when it comes to a female. Like,
Well,
bro,
Man,
it's
a
like a
quiz in any
test.
relationship.
Yeah,
really.
I think that's
It's
true
just like
too.
you gotta find the person out. Like
Exactly.
for us, we just kind of clicked. It wasn't
Yeah.
even really like we had to find
I
somebody.
knew you was like a light skinned broccoli.
I knew you was a fat turd. So
Yeah,
you know, it
so-
was just like, oh well.
Anyway,
What's up, broccoli?
What's up, turd?
What's up?
$5 cream.
so here's my thing. The
that's
next
their
one.
love language.
Yeah, for real. So the next thing, right? We was in the car. Me, moms, Gianna, and the girls. We was in the car, right? And we was talking.
Question. This the main topic?
No, we just having topics.
Okay,
We
okay.
don't have no main topic today.
All right, bet.
We
Yeah,
just,
but
you
We
know,
all over the
certain
place.
certain topics that we talk about. You don't never have just one main topic.
All right.
But we was in the car, and I want to know how y'all feel about this. I also want to know how everybody else feel about this. What is loyalty to y'all? And then I'll explain to you why I say what I say and do what I do.
Loyalty. Turn your back on the
I
one.
knew you was gonna do that.
Ask yourself, are you loyal? Nah, but for real though, I think loyalty.
I think that's my love language, loyalty. There you go.
But what is loyalty?
Like for me, like what I said, that's my definition of loyalty. We can go through anything and come
Can't
back
really
at the
hear
end of the day and still be like,
One
Can't
thing.
hear you.
God, talk slow. I said, just going through, be able to go through junk, going through whatever, and then still be able to come back at the end of the day and still be cool. That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's loyalty to me.
What about you, Crystal?
Crystal. He was like, I don't know. I think loyalty is being allegiant, like not doing anything to defy somebody intentionally.
I got a question.
What?
If let's say like you got a problem with somebody, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with it.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of people say this.
That's where I'm headed at
feel,
now.
I feel, you know, or put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. As a Christian, I feel like that's not right.
Right.
But then as a person, I mean, I get it. So like, but like when people be like, all right, I'm not cool with them, so you shouldn't be cool with me either.
It all depends
I
on the
don't
situation. It all
agree
depends on
with
the
that.
situation.
Now here's where I think there's a line.
Yeah.
You don't engage. This is what's disloyal to me. This is what the point of where you become unloyal is if you know I have a problem with somebody and you talk to that person and you engage in conversation about me with that person, you've crossed the line. You're not loyal
Even if-
any longer.
All right, hold on, wait. When you say that, you mean like negatively or just
Yeah.
in general?
No, negatively. I mean, if you're having a conversation where you're like, "Hey, what's your problem?" with-"
Nah, for real.
Like if let's just say you and Chris have an issue, and I go to Chris and I'm like, "Hey, what's your problem with G?" And then Chris tells me his problem. Now, I have two options. My option can be like, "Yeah, you're right. He is a jerk and blah 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 blah," or my option can be, "Well, have you told G this?" And I can encourage conversation. That's different.
Right.
But if I'm having conversation where I am seconding and I'm affirming what he's saying, I am disloyal at that point. But simply having a conversation with him,
Well,
knowing you two
you
have
can
an issue.
you can affirm if he already knows it.
Well, no. Okay,
You get
yeah,
what I'm
I agree
saying?
with that. But I'm just saying, like keeping a relationship with Chris,
Yeah.
just because he has a
But what if
problem
they
with
telling
G.
the truth?
That's what I'm
G-
talking about. That's what I'm
Dad's
saying.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
can
no,
affirm that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can affirm that because
Yeah.
if like they just say, you say
Well,
something
I'm
like,
saying, how would you go about it? All right, feel like this, like right, like let's say Chris play too much, right?
yeah,
And he does.
And then I'm behind back, like me and Chris got a problem, and then you come around, and I'm like, you ask me that, like, man, Chris play too much. I don't want to hang with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he do play too much. And then
Well, my
like, what
first
do you
thing is
say
I'm
after that?
my first thing is I'm gonna be like, hey, you told him that.
Okay.
And then you say, yeah. Then I'm gonna be like, well, maybe you need to sit down and talk to him one more time. And then after that, if y'all can't get on the same page, then
Or maybe you
you
should
know,
facilitate a
oh yeah,
conversation
oh
between the
yeah,
two. I'm like,
or
oh,
maybe y'all
you
need two
told him
people
that?
there. Yeah,
Yeah, well, maybe we should go talk to him together.
yeah.
Maybe we
If
should
you
have this
maybe he not
conversation.
maybe he hearing you, but not hearing you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a when you talk, it's a attack, and then when he talk, it's an attack on you. That's what y'all feel, but really y'all, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I would handle it after that. Like when it's family, it's different.
I ain't gonna lie, like as a person, I do. I don't know. I'm different.
Say it again.
What
I
you
had
mean?
yarn. I couldn't hear nothing.
He didn't say nothing.
Oh, you didn't?
He didn't say
I
nothing.
did and I didn't. I
What
was
do
just
you
like
say?
as a person, I was like as just me. It's like you don't mess with him, I don't mess with him.
Yeah.
But then it's like Christian, I'm like I'm working on. That's something I'm working on.
Well, my thing is, if it's family, like close family, we got to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm
What,
saying?
you're
Like,
saying
like if it's like this
inter-family?
in a family, we got to figure out what's going on.
Well, you should be that
you
way
know?
with everybody.
No,
honestly.
no, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. With a certain state, okay, here's my thing, right? If Chris wasn't family, right?
Mhm.
And
He's not.
yeah, right. But if Chris wasn't family, he said, and G was like, man, you know, blah, 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 blah. I got a problem with Chris, right?
Right.
I'm like, you talk to him? Yeah, I talked to him. All right. You know, what'd he say? He just told me he ain't gonna stop, and I told him about touching me. But then don't mess with him. He's not family. Don't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta be mad at him, but you ain't gotta mess with him. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
But now when it comes to Chris' family, we gotta figure something out. You know what I'm saying? Chris, you need to start touching him if you don't like it, period.
But see,
You
this
get what I'm
is my
saying?
issue with that. I feel like we have way too much of a separation in our heads as like when we say we're the body of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
We say that so flippantly. Like we really don't believe what we're saying. We just say it.
I do.
No, I don't think you do. Because I'm not saying it like accusatory. I'm just
Mhm.
saying I don't think you really mean it. Because the thing is, you just made a divide. You just
And I'll
said
tell you.
you just said we can put on the outs
Mhm.
if somebody is not family.
But see, when I said
But
go ahead.
but that's your brother and your sister. You need to view that
To a
person
certain extent.
literally as your brother and sister. If it's not something you're willing to cut your flesh and bone, blood and sister off for,
Mhm.
it shouldn't be something you are so quick to flip to cut your spiritual brother and sister off
Well,
for.
when I say this, right? When I say that, my thing is that
Right.
I can love you from a distance.
Yeah, but you can love your flesh and blood sister. and
So
brother from a
can, but
distance,
at the same time, if like it could be either if you're sleeping in my home, if you come, like there's a difference. Like as a Christian, you can be a Christian and you can be a brother and sister in Christ, right?
Mhm.
And not ever be around each other and still like each other, still cool, everything, right?
Mhm.
But when you are a family member that stays in your home or always around
But that's
you,
just proximity.
no, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's different because the person that you are seeing every day and that you have spent time with and grown to love, almost just like how people say, how can you love God? You never seen him before. It's harder to love God when you've never tapped in. So once you don't tap in, you understand the love. So when I don't tap in with Chris, I don't tap in with G, I don't tap in with you. So that love is totally different. I love you. And if I had to take a bullet for you, and that's what it is,
But at
might
the same
happen.
time, there's
But at
people
the
from
same-
your past that you have tapped in with as well.
No,
Yes, that
No.
you have. Yes,
like who?
we're not doing that.
No.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
I'm
when you
saying we
say
can't-
hold
I'm
on, when you
saying
say
there are
tap in,
people-
what you mean? What you mean?
Whatever you mean.
When I say tap in, that mean me and you we like loyal. Like
right,
this
like
this
that's
is
your,
real.
yeah.
I don't think it's
So
nobody
there's
that I haven't.
nobody from your past that you have ever tapped in with that you are no longer now in communication with, or
Hold on. That I'm in communication with now or not in communication with?
not in communication with,
No,
or
every
or,
person that I'm loyal to, I'm in communication with.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Or that I love.
No, that's what I'm saying. But so there's nobody from your past that you at one point would have said you loved that you no longer have communication with.
That I said that I love?
Yeah.
No.
Nobody.
When you say
No.
you said miscommunication. What you
C-
say?
If it's
I
the
said
same way
there's
that we're
nobody.
thinking,
There's nobody you had at one point said I love this person, and then now you're not in communication with
When
them
you
any
say
longer.
not in communication,
because
you
there
mean
ain't too many
not-
people I say I
no
love.
longer talking to them, or just like
Sure, whatever your standard is for saying that, like,
It ain't too many people I say I love.
you got a couple. Of them.
yeah,
No,
for
no,
sure you
give
do.
me one.
You
Give me
can't.
one.
No, we can't play
Yeah,
that.
you can.
No,
No,
we can't.
I'm not playing the
That's-
game because I
no,
don't
no,
know.
I'm not saying
Because
you're playing
maybe
the
we
game. I'm
maybe
saying
we're
we
thinking
can't.
different.
Wow.
Maybe
Yeah, we can't do that on live.
yes, but maybe we're thinking different. It ain't like that.
No, no,
If
no.
they
I'm
take
just,
it like that, then
no,
oh
no,
well.
no, no, no.
This is
is
raw
what
and
I'm saying.
uncut.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, you're sitting here saying there's not a person, one
That
single
I
person
can think of.
that
There's
you
not
have
a
ever said
person.
I love this person.
No, and when I say, I'm not talking. Hold on. I'm not talking about like when a brother in Christ get off the phone and say, "Love you, brother,"
No, no, no.
and I go,
mean,
"I love
really,
you."
you have like.
No. There's who?
I'm so dead.
Because I
Chris is
don't know why he just
ridiculous.
won't say the name.
Because we're not.
I'll
That's
say
not
it. You want me
like
to say it?
no.
No, that ain't no. Because the thing is, which one? No,
Willie, come on.
No,
now. Come
no.
on now.
that you say
Come
that
on
I that
now.
no.
Put it in a
Heck no.
song.
Let me explain that. And I gotta explain that.
Yeah, but you don't have to go into detail.
I'm not gonna go
Okay,
into
no, I'm
details.
just saying.
I'm not gonna go into details. But when I say, if I bring, if okay, I'm trying to do it without doing it.
It's not for real.
Just you and me, for example. Just you and me.
Yeah, but still, if I bring this person in my home, that don't mean I love you. That mean I'm just watching out for you. That mean it doesn't. Trust me.
That's fine.
Sometimes
Sometimes
sometimes people come in because of you or because
That's
of
fine, but
fame.
that's not this
But
situation.
what I'm saying is,
Would you die for a stranger?
huh?
Would you die for a stranger? Honestly. Like, would
No,
you-
I wouldn't die for a stranger. Let me explain this though.
Go ahead.
Let me explain this. Now, just because I bring somebody in doesn't mean that I'm just head over heels for you. It grows, right?
Yeah.
And okay, when you say, when you love somebody, you no longer talk to them like you hate them now, or that you dislike them now, or you just don't talk to them. What do you mean
That's
by
what I
that?
was trying to understand.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Either
trying to
one,
get.
either
No,
one. The
because
thing
it's
is,
different.
what I'm saying is, we there's a line where we say, this is my family. This is my legit. Okay, let's just use your family as an example.
Mhm.
Or I'll use my family as an example. There are things that my natural brother could get away with
Mm-hmm.
that if somebody who was a brother or sister in Christ did, they could not get the same. They don't get the same amount of grace from me that my natural brother does.
Uh-huh. And
We live our lives like that.
Yeah. We normalize that.
Yeah,
we don't-
we say this person gets a lot more grace because for whatever reason we make it in our heads like, oh, God gave me this person, or whatever your reasoning is for saying that's my sister.
Like I
That's
heard
my
it saying
brother.
like, but if you were my brother, I'd beat you.
Right,
now.
exactly. Yeah, if you were my brother, I'd do such and such. But we don't take that application and put it on the body of Christ. We don't do that same thing when we look at brothers and sisters in the body of Christ. I'm not even talking about people that go to
can't
your
agree with
church.
that one.
I'm talking about people that profess to be the body of Christ. We
I
don't
can't agree with
extend
that
that. We do it all the time.
90%
No, no.
of the
Okay,
body,
well,
90%
hold on.
body of the Christ.
Let me explain. Go ahead.
90% body of the
Body of Christ.
90% the body of Christ does not have the love Jesus had.
Facts.
No, heck no.
Absolutely.
90%, 100%.
No,
No,
well, maybe
no,
100.
100. No, you would never. No, they ain't no one. No, you got to
I was
understand
trying to
it.
help out. Go to Chris.
Listen,
I was trying to
listen.
be nice.
There
There's
is.
gotta be 10%
You ain't
in
finna
there.
tell me that you will let somebody spit, slap, cut you, beat you,
But would you
shoot
let
you.
your natural sister do that?
No, ain't nobody doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, but the line is still different.
Yeah, but
There are things that your natural sister can do to you
mhm.
that will not get the same response that if somebody in the body of Christ did it.
I can't.
Oh no, though.
I can't say that because I have. It's
might
some
be
people
worse.
yeah,
Ain't
for
no lie.
real.
One thing I
For
heard.
real.
One thing we just told me.
Yeah.
He was like, he said
And you
he
seen it.
said if a stranger hit him, if a stranger slapped him, he probably beat him. But he said if somebody like me, not even gonna, I ain't even gonna say me, with somebody like he really know, have a relationship with, slap him, it's a different ball game because it's like the respect.
No, I get that much. The violation is different, but they still get a certain merit of grace that other people don't get. Like you were just saying, your sister might be able to talk to you in a certain way that somebody else
I see
can't
what you're
talk
saying.
to you like
I see
that.
what you're saying.
You don't extend that same amount of grace, and it's the same with forgiveness. Like
But
if your sister did something to you and then came to you and said, "Man, I'm sorry, Chris." She gets a lot more grace and mercy
You might be
than
right about
somebody
that.
in the body of Christ would ever
might be
get.
right
Because if
about
they
that.
came to you and said, "Chris, I'm sorry that I said such and such to you," you're gonna be like, "Yeah, all right." You know what I mean? And it could be determined by the fact that you guys have a relationship.
Yeah,
That might be fine, but I'm saying we don't take that same application
I try to.
and say, "This is my brother and sister
Try.
in Christ." They deserve the same amount of grace and mercy. Because like even Jesus said, like, "Who are my brother and sister?" Like your mom and dad outside, and he's like, "Who are my mom and dad?" The ones that are doing what God has called them to do, them are the people I'm concerned with. I don't need to be concerned with somebody who naturally happens to be my sister and brother. Not to say you shouldn't be concerned for them, but I'm
Mhm.
saying the
That shouldn't be the
concern,
primary
it
thing.
should be on equal playing fields.
I try
The
to.
grace
I
and
try to
mercy,
do that, but
the
it's
love
hard.
should be on
Yeah.
equal playing, and it is
But
hard.
at
That's what
the
I'm
same-
saying. That's the hardest thing you're ever gonna do.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I was saying though,
Somebody wrote something.
well, read
Katie
it.
said, "I have friends that I love and no longer speak." Hey, Katie, and no longer speak to their choice, but I still love them no matter what. I wouldn't let no one do that. I'll
What's
cut
up,
them
y'all?
all. Katie, come on now. You're
Yeah,
supposed to be a
but see,
Christian, baby.
but here's my
Stop.
because
Stop
here's my
hating.
thing. Here's my thing though with that Christian thing, right? You can still love somebody from afar.
I don't disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to
But-
trust you.
No, but we're talking about
Loyalty is different. Loyalty
Okay,
is
but you gotta
totally
think.
different.
Jesus had the one he knew from the very beginning was going to be the most disloyal
Yeah,
person.
but Jesus more loyal to
closest
God than
to him.
anybody.
No, but what I'm saying is he knew Judas was going to be disloyal. He
Yeah.
knew that from the
But
beginning.
he knew it.
Kept that man close to him.
Yeah, because he had to though.
No, it's not that he had to.
Yeah, because he knew it had to write out the story.
But I don't. Hey.
Sounded good when it was going in,
It did
sounded
sound
good.
It sounded like have a soundtrack. But I'm saying he didn't.
It's a flare.
if you're God, if you're God of the universe, you can't tell me you couldn't come up with a better plan than to have a disloyal friend. You see what I'm saying?
What'd you say? No, I'm sorry. This.
I'm saying you're God of the universe,
Mm-hmm,
supreme intelligence.
mm-hmm.
You couldn't come up with a better plan than to have a disloyal friend.
Well,
turn
maybe
their
that's the
back on
part of
you?
the book. Though.
I'm just saying, no, but the book wasn't written. That was something
no.
that
What
God
I'm saying
determined.
that was a
God
part of
did
the
that?
story, though.
What if
All
I
that was a
agree,
part
but I'm
for.
just saying. But it was the point exactly. That was the whole point, to show us there are going to be people who
man.
are disloyal to you, and you're. That's why Jesus. That's why the teaching of
But
Jesus
here's
was
my
so
thing.
hard for them, because he was like, you have to love those people, and it's like, no, you have to love not just those that are nice to you and kind to you and loyal to you. You have to love the ones that are the most disloyal to you, the ones that are the worst.
But here's my thing.
But wisdom. come
Jesus
in
get the last
somewhere.
say so. So
No.
yes, he does.
Wisdom
No,
come
no,
in.
no,
God
I'm
get the
talking
last.
about Chris.
Oh,
No,
Jesus
but
get the
God
last
but
say
that's
so.
what I'm
So
saying,
that's
but
why.
But
That
you,
one, that ain't loyal. That ain't showing loyal or showing
do you
that is
mean?
real loyal, not real loyal. Because here's the thing: at the end, God gets say so.
I don't
So you go to
understand what
hell
you're
or
saying.
not, regardless. Like Judas might make it. He might go to hell. We don't
But
know.
he did.
But okay, so
But that was his own
that-
decision.
But what I'm saying is,
But
Judas-
that
what I'm-
wasn't payback
but
for what he
that's
did.
but what I'm saying is that's different with
but,
God.
but it wasn't payback.
God get the last
no,
say
no,
so.
no, because the thing was, it wasn't payback for what he did.
Kind of is.
No, it wasn't. The
Yeah, it's
Bible says
kinda
it
is.
wasn't, because the thing was,
I got you.
Peter was disloyal too.
It kind of is.
No, it wasn't though. Peter was disloyal too. They had both had the same opportunity.
We got a Peter.
See, at least
Yeah.
Judas got a bag for this.
he
Peter,
Yeah.
Peter didn't even get nothing.
got
just
to
acted like a
live. He got
punk.
to live a little
No,
longer.
but he got to live because he
But didn't Peter kill himself?
no,
No,
Judas
No, that
did.
was Judas. Yeah,
But
Judas.
the thing
yeah.
was, and Judas returned the money he got, because
Yeah.
he was like, I don't even want this, because he
Mhm.
realized that like, dang,
Regardless
but
of it,
what I'm saying is they
it's
both
payback.
had because they both did the same thing. There was disloyalty both in Peter's story and Judas's story.
I understand
equally. And the thing
that. And
was,
he got payback with Peter.
but he didn't though.
How he did?
What payback did he get on Peter?
How did Peter die?
Nobody knows.
Behead, sick,
No, nobody
died. That's the
knows.
point. There you go.
But
That
that's
hurt
not-
worse when somebody don't know how you died.
No, that
Yeah,
doesn't hurt. What's
you
the
ain't got
point
no
is-
story
But the point
on how it ended.
it doesn't
Every
ma-
disciple
there's
got a
not-
story on
no.
how it ended
Is he
except for
dead?
him.
Is he
no,
even dead?
nobody does.
Is he
Judas
even
and
Everybody got a
Judas-
story.
No,
Some
they
they
don't.
was beheaded, some was cast up, some
No,
was
John is No,
crucified.
John's the only one we know for sure what happened to him.
Well, we said for sure, but we got guessing for
Oh,
everybody
you
else.
got,
But
you got guesses for
No, you
Peter
don't.
too.
No,
Yes,
you
you
don't.
do. Huh? Because Peter, I'm pretty sure John lived on an island till he died.
yeah,
No, who is the one that got
Well,
stoned?
somebody
That's
got
Jason.
somebody got
That was
stoned.
Jason.
Somebody got stoned.
wasn't
Somebody
even
got
named
beheaded.
Apostle.
Somebody got crucified.
But there's not. But those stories aren't in scripture. That's
Man.
just legend. That's what happened. This is what we
Listen,
believe
listen.
happened. But all I'm saying is they both had the same opportunity. It was what they chose to do afterwards. But the point that Jesus was making was, even when those people, even those
see,
very
here's the
people,
di-
you have to love
Let me-
those people.
Yeah, but even the difference, even the difference with Peter. Peter denied God, right? And then realized he denied God because God told him he was. And then he
I
denied
expect more from Alex.
he denied God, right? But then he came back and started speaking the truth and Ryder died for him, from what we understood.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Judah was like, man, I'm just killing myself. I screwed up. He took the easy way out. He copped out.
No, it was just that
He copped out.
The guilt got the better.
That's
of him.
called cop out.
Well, I mean, you call it what you want.
You
to call
know,
it, but-
that's what it's called. When anybody kill themselves, if you got to kill yourself to get out of this world, that's a cop out. If
I
you
mean, I'm
can't take it,
saying,
you know,
call
that's
it what you call it.
yeah.
It's
So
what you mean cop out?
I mean, like, instead of you facing what you got to face, you decide to just go ahead and kill yourself because you can't face it, or you don't want to face it. I ain't gonna say you can't because you can. You just don't want to face it.
So what would you do in that situation? No, you have to go this way.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff.
Got away.
What would you do in that situation?
I can't hear you, Gene.
I said, what would you do in that situation?
And which one?
Judas.
What you mean? Like, what would I do?
Like, what
with-
if, like, you tried your whole life to be loyal, right?
Mhm.
And then, like, you ended up being disloyal to the person that was closest to you.
Yeah.
What
Well,
would you do?
well, the thing is with that though is everybody's gonna try and be, and then I'm gonna answer that. Everybody's gonna try and be loyal, and you might not know that you're being disloyal, but it's what you do
No,
after
I'm
that.
saying, like, you like, let's
No,
say,
I'm just
like,
saying. I'm just saying, like, everything depends on, like, I'm gonna answer what you ask, but I'm saying, like, everything depends on what you do after that. Like, okay, let's say this. Let's say, like, you don't know that. Let's just say, to me, disloyal is hitting Homer, right? That's disloyal. And you come over and hit it, but you knew you was being loyal to me, but you didn't know this was being disloyal, right? Now, what do you do after that? You get what I'm saying? Like, if you clean that up and go,
I'm saying, like, you're Judas, like, you
oh, you talking about if I was Judas?
I'm saying,
Oh, I
like,
thought you were saying, okay,
you
okay.
end up doing this thing
Mhm.
blindly, like, it wasn't even really blindly, but at the same time,
I'm not killing myself.
I'm saying, but what would you do?
I don't know.
Bro, you just
Honestly,
betrayed
I don't know what I would do, but I'm not killing
but
myself.
Peter did too.
I'm not killing myself.
That's what I'm saying.
That
You
Peter
know,
did
like,
too.
but
Peter didn't kill himself though.
yeah,
That's the
But see,
difference, though.
that's- yeah,
The
that's
difference
what-
was that
That's
they,
what I'm talking
they were
about.
both willing.
So
I mean,
then
one
can you
had to be willing to
question- can you
repent.
question Peter's love?
what you mean?
Peter questioned his
I
own
can't-
love.
I can't-
I'm saying,
I
like-
can-
like,
I
because,
could-
like, think about, like,
I can't really hear you, Jay.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I was saying, like,
Won't you pull it
Judas-
up? Cause you lose your head like this, or pull it up where your head like. No, I'm saying you'll do like this. This is what you'll do.
you know, I know.
And then it's like,
What's the name?
but what you were saying though?
I was saying, can you question Peter's
Oh.
love then? Because
There's a lot of what you call it, but I'm gonna go ahead.
No, we already gone. through
Oh,
it.
okay. That
What's
didn't
the
pop up
name?
on mine. I don't know why.
but
Whoa, and something else just popped up.
Yeah.
I can read it.
Oh.
I read it.
like if
Hold on, one quick.
I'm
you
not
already
gonna
read it.
No, that's a new one.
Oh,
Go
that
ahead.
one.
Yeah, Lenny.
But what you were saying, OG?
What's the name? I was saying, like, Peter. I mean, Judas felt so bad that
He killed himself.
he killed himself.
Yeah.
Peter didn't. So could you question his love?
I see what you're saying.
I see where you're going, but
That's a
but
good
my
point.
thing is
Like, brother.
my
literally,
thing
like, bro.
my thing
Right.
is though is to me, and I'm just saying me. To me, it's easier to kill yourself than it is to show and go through the criticism. Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
To go through the criticism, the picking, almost the same thing God went through when he had to go on the cross. It's more easier for you to kill yourself so you don't
Oh,
have to
yeah.
deal with it.
No,
To me, no,
But
I hear what
you-
he's saying.
no,
He's
no, I
saying
know.
he's saying that. Do you think that what's the name had more love since he killed himself to show God? Look, I'm
wasn't even
taking my
to
life.
show, it was
But
just, yeah,
no, I'm
the
just saying
guilt.
that's what G saying
Yeah.
to show like, hey, I love you that much that I'm willing
So
to
you
take my
mean to
life.
say-
No, I think you should go through it
So you mean to say?
and go through whatever comes with that.
So you mean to say that if somebody put you in prison,
Mhm.
right? what they
Yeah.
did, whatever, and you ended
Yeah.
up in prison.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm so.
It don't matter whatever you get.
And you end up in prison,
Mm-hmm.
and two of your friends testified against you,
Uh-huh.
and one of them
Oh man.
is just like, hey, bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then that's what you get.
Uh-huh.
But one of them, the guilt ate him
One
up
say,
so bad.
I'm sorry, that's what you get.
No. I'm
Okay.
saying like I'm sorry,
Like,
and
he was
that's
he
what
was just
you
giving
get. You're saying
the
like
nonchalant attitude, like
oh yeah, you're just like I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
my bad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do what I had to do,
Uh-huh.
keep myself out of jail.
good luck.
Right. But then you have one that's so ate up with guilt,
Mm-hmm.
so completely consumed with the fact that they were disloyal to you, that they kill themselves and leave a note behind. Like, I just couldn't take it anymore. The guilt was
Appreciate it.
just too much. You don't
Right.
think that weighs heavier on you?
It depends on the person, and then it depends on, like, this is what I'm saying. Like with Judah, we can say that that's why he killed himself. We can say that, or because we could say it could have been a shame, or it could have been he don't want to face with everything that come with it. You was a disciple,
we don't
so we
ever
don't.
know.
That's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying. So if this person,
talking
let's say,
about
I
you.
know, but what I'm saying, if this person come to me and be like, I'm sorry, all right, man, it's cool. You said you're sorry, that's cool. He come again, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean that. He keep explaining. Then one day he kill himself. That hurts. That's gonna hurt, because the thing is that I knew he meant that. I knew he meant it. But if he just go kill himself, okay.
And leaves you a note and was just like, bro, I couldn't even, like, I can't believe that I did what I did to you.
Mhm.
And the guilt was
I'm
just
saying
too
that'll hurt
much.
if he said it, but we
No,
talking about
I'm
if he
saying if he
didn't, if he
leaves you
just
a
killed
note.
himself. I know, that's what I'm saying. If he left a note saying that then yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's
I'm
gonna
saying
hurt.
you
but
don't
I'm
think
not.
that's gonna weigh heavier than the one that just
No,
came to you and
no,
was just like,
it's not.
hey, bro,
It's
my
not. Not
bad.
for me. Not for me.
It's gonna be the same.
No, it's gonna the person. If the person who snitched on me didn't kill himself, right?
Mm.
But if he showed that he really meant it, he goes through his life of like, you got to think. We're not talking about me. We're talking about Jesus. So that's almost like somebody saying they crawl like somebody crossed somebody so big, right? And they still stayed on this earth to live it out. Still stayed on this earth to take whatever come with it, and then died however they died with that. That's, to me, that's bigger than you copping out and taking your life because you feel like you couldn't take it. For me,
What if it was a sacrifice?
what you mean?
Like, what if he was sacrificed? Like, you know how like you have to take back then, you had to take like animal lives, and that was like your sacrifice
Yeah,
to clean your sins and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And like, what if he did it out of that?
I mean, that's on him, but I still, to me, I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think a person who killed themselves over anything, to me, anybody that kills themselves, and I don't have this. That's why, I can say that, but I don't try it to a point where I don't put the gun to my head and want to, and you think about that. And I thought, like, if you can't take it, then that's a cop out, because you should be able to take it. You should be able to take it. Not only that,
I mean, I
here's
agree
my
with you on
here's
that.
my thing. Here's my thing.
Same way.
This is why I say it's a cop out. If you and Chris go rob somebody, and we telling y'all don't go rob them, look, it's gonna be a quick in and out. Y'all go rob somebody, get shot, clerk get killed. Now you take your life because you can't take it no more.
Yeah.
That's on you. You're a
Yeah,
cop out
100%.
because you went.
I'm agreeing with you.
Maybe
No.
in that
I know
situation,
you are. I'm
but
just
not- but
saying.
not in
I'm just
every
saying in
situation,
general.
no,
I'm just
like,
saying in
that's-
general.
For that kind of statement is like so beyond, because you if you say like you've been to the point of despair where you put a gun to your head,
Mhm.
but you didn't do it
'Cause I
because
felt
now
it
you
was a
should be
cop-out.
able to take it.
Yeah, you should be able to take it.
You've not felt the depth of despair, somebody's heart broken so desperately that they feel like there's no other option than to stop breathing. Like, that's so heavy.
And I'm not saying.
And to just write it off as, oh, that's a cop out because that person wasn't strong enough is so flippant.
What do you call a person who can lift weights, right? But they choose not to lift weights because it's too heavy.
Chris.
Stupid. What do
No,
you
but I'm saying like that.
I'm just saying, what do you call a person? You got two people. You have all your limbs. You have everything. You don't have nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly fine physically, and you're perfectly fine just physically, like you can do whatever the next person do. You can run if you want, you can jump if you want.
That's just a
You got all
life
your limbs.
choice.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You can do all that. And let's just say you go in the gym. Both of y'all go in the gym. You say, I ain't lifting no weights, right? They too heavy. What do you call that person?
Weak.
But
Can they
that's
lift-
not
I'm
that's
saying,
not
can they
a
lift the weight?
relevant. That's not a relevant.
Well,
That's
and
not
well,
relevant
well,
to the conversation.
I tell you why I said
That's-
that.
I mean, I understand why you're saying it, but it's
Mhm.
not. It's not a fair. It's not a fair analogy.
Okay, well,
Because the
'Cause it
thing
could be
is that the
multiple-
person,
it could be multiple reasons.
not
why.
just that, but the person that you're saying can do this. Sure, they can do it, but the person that's at a point where they feel like I can no longer do this
mhm.
living, I can no longer. They're at a point where they can't do it.
They can. They
No,
just
they
choose not
can't.
to.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. At the point at which you are willing to end your life, you can't do it anymore.
I can't. That's a cop out.
To you, that's what
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying. Yeah, to me, that's a
it's such a
cop-out.
flippant conversation, though.
Nah.
Like
When
because
say
you
flippant, like, what you mean?
get,
Like,
just to throw it around like, oh, they're just
Katie
weak. They just
said-
couldn't do it. I think that's Alex.
that's Alex.
Oh, Alex said not everyone is strong enough to keep going. It's not a cop out.
It
They
is.
just aren't
Not
strong
every
enough to
no
handle. That's
no
what I'm
no
saying,
one
like-
is no. I'm not saying. Let's not get it twisted now. I'm not saying that the person is not stronger or the next person is not stronger because everybody's built
Oh,
different.
it's Katie. All right, listen.
Everybody's built different.
Katie now.
But what I'm saying is, for you to do it, everybody can become strong. Everybody. Period. If you have all your limbs, you got everything. That's even physically and spiritually. Everybody can become strong. You just choose not to become
I
strong.
think I understand what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. When you sit and you tell me I could pray to the same God that you pray to,
It's like a make or break you thing, like how we was talking about yesterday. With
Yeah.
the track thing, right?
Mhm.
With that kid that was in last place, he was still like he was gonna finish it out,
Right.
Like that was his thing. It
Right.
was like you had him. He was like, well, this is that moment in your life where you can choose to quit,
that's right.
or you
Sure.
can choose to keep going.
I get that.
I mean, of course, you have people that choose to quit.
Sure, but
then-
but the thing you're doing in that conversation is isolating an incident. You're saying this is the moment. That's
Any
gonna make
moment.
or break. But what I'm saying is when you compound moments like that, when all he's ever done, he tried to play football, same result. He didn't get selected for the team. He's tried to run track now. He fell behind in track, and now he's not good at that. He's failing in school because for whatever reason, this stuff's not making sense to him.
Are y'all talking
You're
about somebody?
no, I'm just saying it's an
No.
example.
Yeah, just an
Oh, all
example.
right, okay.
You're compounding situations. He has a bad situation at home where his parents,
Or she.
or she, whomever. Yeah, I'm
Chris
just
think we're
using this-
talking about
No,
somebody.
no, we're just.
I know
using this guy as
you
an
are. But
example.
I'm just saying, Chris.
I thought it was like a conversation I had.
Well,
Y'all-
it kind
No.
of is.
The track thing we had a conversation
Yeah.
I
because
got kind of confused.
yeah, it just added into one. Yeah,
I'm just saying you're to isolate that situation and say this did this,
Mhm.
and this is an isolated. But when you compound situations like that, and now this young man, this is the cherry on top of everything else. This
Mhm.
is the last failure because everything in his life up to this point has been failure. He's failed at home, he fails at school, he's failing in sports. Everything has been a failure for him. And then this compounds, this adds it right here. The last thing I had my heart set to do, this was my last option,
But
and it fell through.
and see, this is what this.
Literally.
Go ahead. I'm
Right.
sorry. I want you to finish. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying, and you do that in compound over years and years for people that have prayed and prayed and prayed, and they feel like God has never answered their prayers, or it's always been a no, or whatever the situation is. To then look at that situation and say, "Ah, you should have just been stronger." I mean,
Yeah,
you
Katie.
could have walked through
Yeah.
that.
No, but see,
Top-
that's different.
You
man.
got to surround your. That's what I'm saying. Okay, you got to surround yourself around people that's willing to like. You know what I'm saying, intercede for you and stuff like that. 'Cause
see.
everybody got demons, and like
Mhm.
if you don't have God, you know what I'm saying, the blood of Jesus over your life, demons can be more powerful than you because we're nothing without Jesus.
That's
So
definitely true.
and that's
Yeah.
my thing. Like
But
and-
we're talking about. I'm sorry, but we're talking about saved from even demonic influence. We're talking about the net. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, even away from that, you're talking about natural consequences of life,
Right.
But that's
life
what
right.
circumstances.
Not like let's take
you
spirituality out
just
of
take that out. We're just
Yeah.
let's just talk about natural
natural
life.
life.
and
yeah.
even with natural, that right there, that's why I say
That's what we talked
I
about
know
from the beginning.
I know
Yeah.
that I have flaws with my kids. Know that. But one thing I will not say, and I take a lot in, is that I've taught them not to quit. We've taught them never to quit.
You have.
We've taught them. Hold on. We taught them to always, when you feel a certain way, confront it. When you feel a certain way, talk about it. When you feel a certain way, blah blah. Now, take that out, right? Take that out. When it comes to people like that want to, kill themselves or whatever, right?
Mhm.
I keep saying this all the time. People who want to kill themselves, I always say, like I said, it's a cop out, but at the same time, people don't listen. Those people that kill themselves, they don't listen. What I mean by that is, and we had this discussion before, but I do 100% believe that God has tried something with them, and it's not what they wanted, and that's where that comes in at. See like how you said, like this person might want to play sports. Sports might not just be your thing.
I'm saying
Your
that,
thing, your thing
that
might
might
just
be true, but what I'm saying is, if you're adding that on top of failing in school,
No, I'm
and
just
having
saying.
a failing home life, I'm saying
I know what I'm saying is what you're going through can be something greater for whatever. And because you don't see it or because you don't feel it right now, so you say, nah, forget that.
But see, that's what
I'm
I'm
gonna take
saying.
it out and I'm gonna kill myself.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Because
That's at the
everything
point.
is not happening the way I want it to.
No. That's not fair. No, I've known plenty of people who have either been on the verge of suicide or who have killed themselves. Who it's not about, oh, things aren't working out the way I want them to work out.
Evidently, it was something that they
I'm
wanted that
I'm-
did not work
No,
out.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying no. Some of them have come to the point of heartbreak.
What heart broke them?
They've lost people in their lives, like everybody
Okay.
they've ever had connection with.
Mhm.
People have lost entire families,
Mhm.
and then they're the sole person left. That's all they have. Every bit of hope, every bit of relationship, every bit of everything they have had has been taken from them. And
Mhm.
this left them at a point of despair where they feel like there's no other reason. What's the reason?
Okay, now.
And if you can't provide hope and reason for people,
Mhm.
then they can't get past the point where they are.
Okay. So here's the hope and here's the passing. Make more friends.
You say
What I'm
stuff
no,
so
listen to
flippantly,
listen to what
like,
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You just said people was that like things have been tucked away from them, right? How do you know things ain't been tucked away from you so that you can be over here?
that might be true with it, but what
So
I'm saying
figure
is,
it out.
I'm saying you
Don't sit there and just say everybody's gone. I'm finna kill myself. No, why
no,
is
that's-
everybody gone? Why? No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, if you have tried every resource, right, and you tried it and nothing worked, I understand. But that I can't see nowhere in my life where you tried every resource, and that's it. I can't see it.
I ain't gonna cap to you.
I can't.
Man, I ain't even want to say that.
Go ahead.
Nah, cause man, God got a way of showing things.
Mm.
But I'm saying, like, I speak for somebody. I still don't feel like you should kill yourself if you don't try your resource though. They gonna hurt.
listen,
But-
save for Jesus
Mm-hmm.
and the idea that he's coming back
Mhm.
and gonna set everything right.
Mhm.
Save for that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that you can absolutely positively hold on to. Everything else is shifting away
Mm-hmm.
and will shift away.
Yeah.
And it may not happen to you in your life. And that's fantastic. That is great. And I pray it never happens. I pray it doesn't happen to anybody. But the truth remains that it definitely does happen. It happens a lot where people are so desperate.
You know, there's people that's alone when they have family.
Yeah, but exactly. That's
And-
true.
And what I'm saying
I have a
is,
question.
but why are you alone?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that kind of reminds me of a thing. All right, so like in Naruto, right? No, honestly, listen.
Yeah.
So Naruto himself never had a family. He grew up alone, right?
Yeah.
Like, never got to meet his family, none of that, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't know what a family was.
Mhm.
Went to school and stuff. You know, he got bullied and all that stuff. You know, everything was pretty much going bad for him, right?
Yeah.
Then on the other hand, you have Sasuke, right? Who had a family and then had it all taken from him.
He had a village,
Yeah, had a whole village,
Mm.
like his whole clan, pretty much
literally.
killed by his own brother.
Yeah.
Right? Which one do you think is worse, to like have it or to not have it?
Sasuke, bro. The reason I said that is
It
because
depends.
I read
That's why he's a better fighter.
I rather never had it than have it than lose it.
That's
I-
why he's a better fighter. But
I don't know. I
no,
don't agree with that.
Sasuke.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah, I
Let me
say
tell you
it
why. Let me
depends.
tell you why. Let me tell you why. You cannot reminisce on something you never had. You only can imagine.
But you also
But
can't.
imagine it's a
but
killer
you
though.
also,
Imagine is killer, but you got something to look forward to.
but you also can't
Mhm.
fully appreciate all that life is if you don't have that.
Yeah.
but you can look forward to it.
Maybe, but who says you're gonna have it? What if you're just alone forever?
But he
I
said
rather-
it's a
I rather-
possibility
I
that you
rather
could
have
have
that.
it,
Yeah,
than a
well, it's a
possibility that you
possibility
not
that-
have it.
It's a possibility that
know.
what's his name, Sasuke, could rehab have a whole new village.
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah, but
Different
That's
family.
different. Nah, but that's different.
I'm just saying. The point is that
it will never be the same.
Yeah.
it might not be,
Yeah.
but it could be.
Mama,
But it could be
daddy,
better.
cousin, uncle, granddaddy.
And that's what I'm saying. Save for the idea that Jesus is coming back one day and going to
Mhm.
set everything right. Every wrong that was done is going to be undone. Except for that fact right there, everything else is not guaranteed. There, and that's hope, and that's the hope we have as Christians, as believers, and that's the hope we're supposed to be sharing. We're not supposed to be telling people, "Oh, don't do that because you're gonna go to hell." No, that's not the point.
I mean, we do, but
no,
we
we're
don't.
not. That's not the point, though. That's not what Jesus was saying.
Listen,
Jesus
everybody.
was saying there's coming a point where I'm coming back. This isn't the end. Death is not the end. There's more beyond this. And when I come back, every wrong that has happened will be set right. Every single one.
Mhm.
And your job is to make that a thing now.
But your job is also to
Make-
let a person know that if they're living wrong, this is where they can end up. I mean, that you have to do that. That's your job, to tell a person if they're doing something wrong.
Not-
But your job, what I'm saying is your job is to say, according to the Bible, if you're stealing or if you blaspheme or if you, whatever it is, you can end up in hell if you're doing that and haven't repented. That's your job, to let the
But-
lost know.
What Jesus said was, you are to bring the kingdom here. Everything that is not bringing the kingdom is tearing it away. That's what your job is, to tell people every violation of the kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
anything,
Mhm.
not things that we even deem as sin. That's why Jesus took what when we call the 10 commandments, they were given on a hill to a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus preached a message on a hill. He was a man on a hill giving the new perspective. So it's no longer the weight of the do's and don'ts that this was. It's the weight of, how are you treating people? Are you feeding those that are hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Are you clothing those that are naked? Are you taking care of the widows? Are you taking care of the people that don't have families? Are
Exactly.
you stepping in and being
That's your job.
Sasuke's brother now, since he lost his natural brother? Are you stepping in and being his brother now? And are you loving him like a brother? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing.
And by loving
because
him,
that
you're
is the
telling him his
kingdom.
wrong and his rights.
I mean, I'm not.
No, I'm just saying, I'm saying that comes with the Bible telling you your wrongs and your rights. Like, you're loving him. By loving him or loving her, you're letting her know that if I love you, I don't want to see you do this. I don't want to see you fall here. I don't want to see you fall there. So again, that's a right for you. According to the Bible, you have to do that. That's your job to do that. You're supposed to love that person, but also, if you love that person enough, you're not going to let that person stumble, or you're going to try and keep that person from stumbling. So my thing is, when it comes to the suicidal thing, if you have went through everything that you're supposed to go through and that's it, then I can't do nothing about that. Then that wasn't a cop out to me. If you went through everything, but 9 times out of 10, people ain't went through everything. They ain't That's what they feel at that point and at that moment. And because they are surrounded by demons and surrounded by certain demons that talk to them and speak to them, and they don't know how to pray it, or they don't have people that's around them that pray, that's what happens. But regardless of it, for you not to take it, like I'm not like if like
So what do you do with like when people who think they have done everything or been through everything?
I mean, I ain't nothing I can do, but ask you. And if you said no, I haven't tried this, people lie. People
Yeah,
lie.
yeah, for sure.
So if I name 10 things and you say you don't did all 10, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm just saying like the ones like, all right, because like, all right, you have these people, right? Like, let's just use this as an example. You got people that the hood is the only thing they know. Outside of that, there's nothing really, right?
mhm,
Then you have the people that are like, oh well, outside the hood, there's all of this. There's cities, there's buildings, there's people, right?
yeah.
And outside of that, you have the people who travel the country. Now they're like, we have so like even in a mindset way, right?
Mhm.
Like everything to one person could be family, right? And they lose, like mom said, they lose their family. So that pretty much that right there is they lost everything.
Yeah.
Even though, technically to us they haven't lost everything, right?
Uh-huh.
But to them, they've lost everything. Like, what do you do with those people in that category that killed themselves?
I mean, you can't do anything. They still was a coward. They still, because here's the thing. Okay. People who is in the hood and you say that's all they know. Who fault is that? Do the street stop because if they go up this street, right, and they decide to say, nope, I'm not gonna go past this boulevard. I'm not going past Boulevard 1. That's their fault because you don't know what's over there on Boulevard 2.
But if all they've
But
ever
you
been told
chose-
is, if all they've ever been told is, if you go past this, there's nothing but danger out there. There's
Mhm.
nothing good out there for you.
Uh-huh.
And that's all you've ever been told.
Uh-huh.
And that's all you've ever known. And everybody that's gone out there has never come back. It's just like if you think about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, when they were telling them about going in there, and Charlie was trying to get in there, and the thing that the guy outside with the little cart told him, he was like, nobody's ever gone in and nobody's ever come out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, there's nothing good in there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all he's known is anybody who's ever gone in has never come out. And anybody who's ever like, there's nothing there. And that's all you've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you've been ever taught and told.
Now answer this question. The same people that you're talking about, right, said that that's all they've been told, right? See, this is the problem with, then that'll turn it into a whole nother discussion. But this is the problem with people, right? They do what they want to do. Period.
Your world is so
no,
black and
because
white.
let me explain.
It's
Let me
so-
explain to you why. Let me explain. You can't say that because let me explain to you why. If I've been told over there, you'll die, right? If I've been told that, right? But over here, I've been told don't go over there because you can break a foot, right? But you went over there. Don't sell drugs because you can get locked up. Well, I'm gonna take that chance, but I'm not gonna go outside the hood because this is all I know. Don't drink
but that's
and
not
drive.
everybody's
Hold on.
experience.
But I'm just saying, those people that you're naming has been told other things that they have done. That they've
Maybe.
told, but you can't say maybe if you're going to use it. You can't.
No,
You
what
can't
I'm
say
saying
maybe.
is
What I'm saying is you can't say, well, if they've been told this all the time.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe
But they've been
nobody's
told other
them
things
if you
too.
sell drugs, you're going to prison. They see.
How do you know
everybody
that, though?
around. How do you know they haven't? That's
But
what I'm saying.
but
You
listen to what
can't
I'm
go
saying.
off of
Hold on.
hypotheticals. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
saying.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm saying people I know that have been told
Mhm.
that they've never had an opportunity to get out of the hood. They've never been afforded an opportunity.
Okay, again.
All they've known is what they've seen.
Okay, what I'm saying is, if they have been told that, right? And you're saying they've been told that, you're saying it, or do you know people that's been told that?
No, I'm saying people's experiences.
Hypothetically,
No,
you're going by what people tell you. Listen, if okay, let's say in this house, if I told you don't go downstairs because people don't come back, right? But I also say don't go out the back door because you'll lose all your money. Don't go out
Then
the
I'm
side
weighing an
door.
option to say if I go out the back door and lose
Uh-huh.
money, that's a much less of a risk.
You right there. There you go. And I'm
But
with you
obviously,
100%.
why would I want to not take the? I would want to take the lesser risk. If it's something I have no other option for,
Mhm.
and I say if I open the left door, then I'm gonna be broke for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
If I open the right door, I'm gonna get cancer and die a slow, horrible death.
Mhm.
Which one I'm gonna do? Obviously, I'm going with the left door
But
because
you
I'm
still-
weighing an option,
but-
but I have no option but to go through one of the doors.
But regardless of it, this is why I say this. Regardless of it, a liar is a liar. Disobedient is disobedient. Regardless.
What does
No,
that have to do with
what I'm
anything?
saying is, if you're going to be disobedient one way,
No, what I'm saying is you don't have an option. You're
How?
going left or you're going right. There is no standing
no.
there.
What
That's what I'm saying.
There's there's never nothing like that. But I'm talking
There
about.
is though. You're growing up in a situation where everybody around you
Uh-huh.
sells drugs. That's what they do.
Uh-huh.
And that's all you know.
Uh-huh.
That's how everybody makes their money.
Mhm.
That's how everybody supports their family.
Mhm.
Or you're telling me to play the long game, go to school for 12 years, then go to school for another 5 years, and I can get a job to get my mom out. My mom is hungry now.
Uh-huh.
My sisters are hungry now.
Uh-huh.
12 years from now does no good for me.
Uh-huh.
So no, thank you. I'm
Uh-huh.
not playing the long game. I'm gonna sell the drugs. Does that mean I go to jail? Okay, it is what it is.
Uh-huh.
That's what possible what are you possibly saying that they should be doing?
Okay, there's washing cars, picking up trash, going to ask people, can you clean out their house?
In the hood, Willie.
In the hood. Man, you know how many people don't came from the hood for just selling flips
Those little
or
kids,
selling
the little kids.
lollipops
What I'm saying
or
is then you have
selling.
situations where people call the cops on kids. The water boys
Okay,
get
but
cops called on them all
what
the
I'm
time,
saying, but what I'm
trying to make
yes,
it
but you
something
just
out
said,
of
but hold on,
nothing.
but you just sat right here and said selling dope.
No,
So
I'm
you
just
still getting the
saying.
cops. So why not go? I'm gonna go to jail and have a cop tell me, here's it is. I go in here and I sell 30 lollipops and make $300, right? The cops say pack up and leave. If I sell dope, I'm selling dope and I'm going to jail and I lose my money. Now I got to make bond. Now I got to get a lawyer, all this. But what I'm saying is there's 50 million ways to do something
Sure.
to
You're
make
gonna
money
you're gonna make,
or
you're gonna make
whatever.
$5, you're gonna
It
make
doesn't matter.
$5 an
It's
hour.
better than nothing.
I know it is better than nothing
Mhm.
in your eyes. Because the thing is that $5, let's say you work $5 an hour.
That's a
3
lot of
hours.
noodles.
Yeah, okay, it is.
I'm
But
just being real.
when I can have for real food and I can make sure my family is fed
Mhm.
for selling a bag of dope that took me 30 minutes to offload.
That's called do what you want. That's
Yeah,
what
I
you're
feel like- it
doing.
sound
You're
like you
doing
tryna-
what
I feel
you
like you're tryna,
want.
trying to justify them doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
For a living.
No, what I'm saying is,
It's
what
like,
are you
if I-
saying?
if I
What
say-
kind of opportunities are you putting in front of people?
A
What are your
lot.
options?
A lot of
A lot of
opportunities.
options.
There
If
might
you
be.
listen, if
But
you
you're
could go,
telling me-
if you
so,
could,
so hold on. So you're telling me you're saying that you get the cops called on you if you are out there the water boys out there selling water.
Mhm.
They can have the cops called them because they don't have a business license. They get the cops called on them.
uh-huh,
They sell dope. They get the cops called on them.
uh-huh,
You shouldn't be doing either one. You should stay in school
mhm.
and you should go to school for 12 years
Mhm.
and then you should go to college.
I don't
and
think you
get
should
a
do that.
degree,
I don't
and
think
then
you should do
get
that.
a
Who
job.
said that?
I'm
I'm just saying I don't agree with that either.
Also, basically saying both
what
of those
options
things-
and what opportunities are you putting out there? You're
You
asking
putting up-
them to choose
Mhm.
between two things. That
Why is it
don't
only
measure-
two?
No, I'm saying for the use of example.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't use two to help
I'm-
you,
I'm-
and then tell me I can't use a variety to help me. That's what I'm saying. Like you saying if you only give them if you only give them two things to use.
No, I was just using two as an example.
But the way you were saying it, it sounded like you were just saying those are the two options that you have. That's it. And that's why I was like, why is only two? But I just feel like it's so many ways to make money. It's a million ways to make money. The point is, do you feel like going out there and making that type of money? Do you feel like taking an hour and cut grass and make $20, $25? Because regardless, if you don't do anything, you're not going to eat that night anyway. If your family that hungry and that starving, and anyone that you know is that starving, regardless, if you go out and try and sell dope, or you do sell dope, or rob somebody, or anything that's illegal, and you do it and you get locked up, your family ain't eating anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my
No,
point is, this
go
is
ahead.
my point. My
Uh-huh.
point rests on, not that I'm justifying anybody doing anything wrong.
Uh-huh.
My point is, there are people who don't feel like they have options.
I know.
You don't.
No, I'm saying I know. I'm agreeing
That's
with you.
the point
Yeah.
I'm making. And if people don't feel like they have options,
What are that?
then-
What? Okay, I get you.
then
That-
what are
yeah,
they
that's kinda
supposed to
what I was
do?
asking.
But
If you
that
don't have an option, you do what you know to do.
see, there's a difference between if you don't have an option and if you feel like you
That's
don't
what I'm
have an
saying. But
option.
I'm saying
Those are
you,
two different
you're
things.
talking
But
about
see, here's
people
my-
with an immature mindset. You're not talking about
But see,
grown people who have experienced things who say, "Oh, that's just like people that choose to work for somebody for the rest of their life
Mhm.
versus people who choose to start a business."
Mhm.
Because some people they don't have the mindset to start a business and be an entrepreneur.
Uh-huh.
Some people only have the mindset to work at something that's already established and ready. That's just how mindsets work. That's how personalities are. Everybody's not a leader. Some people are meant to be followers. That's
Yeah.
their personality.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that if you're talking about people that feel like they don't have an option and people that actually don't have an option, they can be one and the same if you're in your own head.
Yeah, you're right. You sure can. But the point is still, because regardless of it, have you tried everything? You just
But
feel
that's
like
what
you
I'm saying,
tried
like,
everything.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if when you ask the person that, right? Like, all right, let's put it like this. All right, so this is everything, right?
Yeah.
But this is everything to you because this is all you know.
Yeah.
When you've done everything in your circle that you've known
Uh-huh.
and none of it's worked out,
But what
right?
what if you do this, right?
Mhm.
If that's all you know, right?
Mhm.
This is why I say I don't believe. I just don't believe that just because that's all you know, don't mean that's all the opportunity that you
Yeah,
got.
no, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, because you said, well, what I heard
Uh-huh.
was with people who kill themselves, they didn't try everything, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if this is all they know
Mm-hmm.
and this is everything to them, and they have did all this, so
Mm-hmm.
when you say everything to them, this is everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, I tried everything,
Mm-hmm.
and still nothing worked for me, or whatever you want to say,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do at that point?
But that's my thing. The thing is, even with that, when you go to them saying they tried everything, right?
Mhm.
So what if everything that you try is not what you need to do?
But that's what I'm
Why don't
saying.
you think like
But
that?
that's what I'm saying, like,
What if
right?
they don't
Yeah,
know?
but
No,
that's-
no, no. But what I'm saying,
that's
like, what
a-
I'm saying, okay, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say not well, most people that I know. Well, I ain't gonna say most, the ones that I ran across, they go to a person first before they decide to take their life.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, right? You have people. Let's say they go to somebody. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you would have came to me, if
Mhm.
if I would have had someone that was about to kill themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would have came to me at 12, 13, I would have just told them don't kill themselves. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
you're killing yourself. I might have told them they'll go to hell or something like that, you know. But other than that, I can't really tell them anything. It's like I'm their last resort,
Mm-hmm.
and I say something like that to them. It's kind of like, well,
You need help.
yeah, it didn't help. So it's like, you feel me?
I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying, like, okay,
I ain't gonna lie.
'Cause
though.
I, mean,
per-
I,
per-
I mean, I believe there's people out there like that have tried everything that they know,
mm-hmm.
and they don't have, like, even like in,
And I
like,
agree with y'all.
like tribal, like tribes and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of tribes that don't know anything outside of the island or
Yeah.
the woods that they're in or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you show them a phone or you show them hair dye and they don't even know what that is.
And I agree with
So
you.
it's
Yeah.
like with the, like, there's people out there, I feel like, so I'm saying, like, to those people,
Mhm.
right? Like that small group of people, like, what do you do with them?
So this is what I'm saying though.
Like,
This
how can you help them?
But this is what I'm saying though. With those people that you just said, those people from the island, right? This is all they know. Let's just say this is the island. This is all they know.
Yeah.
But just like everyone else who went out and adventured
Yeah.
and took the chance to adventure,
But if
they
you-
could.
but
Hold
if
on,
you- that-
go
no,
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying, because like but all right, put it like this. All right, so we'll just use this as an example.
Mm-hmm.
There's this group of people. I can't think of their names. Shoot, yeah, I can't think of it. But like their parents and their great grandparents and all this stuff. Like pretty much everybody who didn't leave, right,
Uh-huh.
that stayed, was like, oh, you know, all right. So you know how, like, when people don't know, they make up stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened. So they're not teaching their kids like, oh, there is more outside of this island.
Yeah,
Beyond the
you're right.
waters, there's
And
more land.
that's one
Da, da,
fault.
da.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, if my parents are telling me this,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what I've known, and this is what I've been taught. Because I mean, even in like hoods and city areas and all that, there's people like that. Like,
Yeah, I'm
their
agree.
parents
Yeah,
are
I
like-
agree with you.
and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like when they get to that point where it's like, well, if there's nothing out there, and there's nothing that I can do, and da da da,
Mm-hmm.
and they just want to kill themselves, and they're like, what's the point of living?
Mm-hmm. But what? Okay, this is what I want to know, and then I'll answer that question. Those people that you say that say, "What's the point of living? This is all I know," right? Okay, we'll say this because you really can't. When it comes to a person saying, "This is all I know," or "This is all I tried," you don't know if they did or didn't.
Yeah, no.
But let's say the people who say I won't go no farther than the hood or the tribes won't go no
those
farther
people,
than
who
this or
just
that
say,
or that
"I'm
or
not
that.
just gonna-"
Right? So my thing is, here's my thing. This is why I still say it's like almost it's like a cop out and it's like, like cowardly. I'm gonna tell you why. If I'm on an island, first of all, and if if my mom tell me don't go over here, there's a lot of snakes over here, or don't go over here, it's danger over here, or it's whatever, and I go, right?
Like, anywhere you go outside the circle, there's something going.
It could be a danger,
Yeah.
right? And I go, and it might have been a danger, and it might have not, but I went, and then I kept going or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that means there got to be more to life, to that, right? Okay, so there you go. That's one. And then two, which one you think is a more coward move? If hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Which one would you think is a more coward move? Me seeing this water, right? And they saying, well, everybody who's left haven't came back, right? Regardless, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So why don't I die trying?
Yeah. I mean, I
Then
agree with you. That's
die.
what I'm saying, like,
Then die
I'm
saying,
just-
okay, I don't see nothing else. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take my life, or however they take their life. I'm gonna take my life. That's it, because I don't see nothing else. Well, let me go out here in this water, or let me try and build a boat, or whatever, and then I'm gonna at least die trying.
Yeah.
So regardless of it, you're gonna die either way. Either it's still an opportunity. Either I could take my life and kill myself because I don't see nothing, or whatever they just told me I couldn't do, or they told me that I shouldn't do, I could go try and do it and have an opportunity of dying anyway or succeeding on it. So regardless of it, you still have an opportunity to move forward.
Yeah.
So my thing
So I'm
is,
saying, or I guess I'm put it like this.
the only reason I said, and I know where you're going when you say, like, with people who say that this is all they know,
Yeah.
and then minds be like this.
Yeah.
And I know where you're going with that. But the only problem
No,
I
I'm
had
just
with
saying-
that,
I'm saying like, all right, look at it. I don't want it to just be you're a coward and that's it.
Yeah.
okay? I want it to be.
well, I don't want to say coward. I just think you quit.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm
So let's
just saying,
take coward out. Let's take coward out. I think you quit.
Yeah, like,
that was a
all right,
quick
even
move.
Even if you're
You're a quitter.
right?
Yeah. And that's not cool.
Like all right with me, right? When I tried something and I tried to quit, it's like, no, you can't quit because this, that, and the third. Or I don't want it to just be you're a quitter and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be you're a quitter, but you're heading that way to being a quitter.
Uh-huh.
That's why you shouldn't. Like I feel like, because I'm not saying you're doing this.
Yeah.
But I know I was like this at one point where it was just kind of like, you're a quitter, then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're lame, da da da.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you need to extend your hand out. You feel me? Like, I feel like.
But I feel like anybody, like, if you try something, right, and it's not for you, that's not a quitter. You tried it. But if you tried it and didn't see it through, you're a quitter.
No, yeah, for
You
sure.
get what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like,
So
even when it comes to people's lives, because like put it like this, words hurt, right?
Yeah.
So when people hear, oh, that's a cop out move,
Yeah.
you a quitter, then it kind of beats them down. I don't want it to be a beat down.
But okay, so then you have but see, that's where you have the people that says first place, everybody win. Second place, everybody wins. No, call it what it is.
No,
If
I'm
a
not
zebra is a
saying
zebra,
that.
zebra is a
Yeah,
zebra.
no, fact. But I'm saying,
But
some
you can't
people-
do that.
But I'm saying some people you have to be more gentle with.
But you can't do that.
You
You
can,
you know.
even Christian.
Let me show you why. Let me show you why. I'm not saying you can't be more gentle.
But that's what I'm
No,
saying.
no.
Like you, like you
What
can
I'm
talk
saying
on
is-
Twitter and stuff like that, but don't be. See, when you say it right,
I know what you're
it's
saying.
more,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm saying I'm trying to.
What I'm saying is like, okay, let's say Genesis.
Uh,
I know to put my arms around Genesis and say, Genesis, it's gonna be okay. But if you don't keep going and if you don't do this and you don't do that, that's what quitters do.
So,
And then
so imagine
Maybe
so,
with Gianna, I will go, you just been a quitter. Period.
So let's flip the situation. Let's go
Because
back
it just
to what we
depends
were
on who it
originally
is.
talking about. If your love language, if the way I know that you receive love is by physical touch,
Mhm,
care about that.
mhm,
You just go receive love how I give it to you.
mhm.
That's gonna make you feel unloved because I'm not meeting you where you are. I'm projecting. I'm telling you how you're gonna receive love, and I'm projecting what I think is the definition of love and how it should be projected and how it should be felt and how it should be received based on my experience
Mhm.
onto you. So I don't care how you receive love. I'm telling you that when I tell you I appreciate you and I tell you good job,
Mhm.
that's I love you, and you just have to accept that. And
Listen,
you're doing the same thing. You're saying no, you call it what it is. Yeah, fine if that's what you do.
Mhm.
But the point is that number one, is it helpful? Number
to
two,
some
is
people,
it
yes. To some
maybe-
people, it
to
might not
some
be. I don't
people,
know.
Sure.
You
Number
just have to
two,
find that out with
number
those people.
two, is it loving?
Yes.
Because everything you do has to come from love.
It-
It can't be from a place of judgment
But
where you're just
that's not
like,
judgment.
li-
You can't say you or no one can say what I do and how I handle people or talk to people is not out of love. Because it's out of love for me. It's seriously out of love. But at the same time, but at the same time, because it's delivered with no sugar.
No, we're not
Oh.
talking about sugar. That's what I'm saying.
No.
saying,
I'm just saying. No, I'm not. I'm just saying in general, like how G was just saying. Some people you can be raw with, maybe, and some people you can't be raw with.
But see,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Cause, all right, put it like this: when you're saying this,
Mhm.
I'm taking it as like, this is me. This is what you're gonna get. Instead of,
Can't hear you.
oh, I'm saying, with you, I feel like it's this is me and this is what you get type jump, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how you are.
Yeah.
But saying, I just want to.
And some people think nah, you shouldn't be like that. But if everybody see, here's the thing, and you have to accept me. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying people in general have to accept me the same way I have to accept Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal is a loving person. She's no one in her eyes until you really mess her up. No one can do her wrong.
Yeah.
She's one of those people. She's gonna give you her last, right? I'm the type of person you cross me one time, that's it.
Yeah.
But you need those people.
Yeah, no,
Because if
facts.
everybody was like Crystal, no one would learn. If everybody was like me, nobody would learn.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know,
like,
and that's
but
why I
feel
think
like-
God put both of us together.
But that's what I mean right there, right?
Mhm.
Like I want it to be you learn from each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not just this is me.
Oh, I do. I know one
I know,
thing
I'm not
I
saying you
learned.
don't.
I know you
Yeah,
do. I know, but I
I'm
learned
just
from your
saying-
mom. Like it's a lot of things
But that's what I'm saying,
that
like,
your
you know,
mom
it's
has
something-
that has taught me
Yeah.
to be more gentle and be more open and be more whatever with.
Yeah.
Nah, and I don't learn. But then there's certain things I just stand on
No,
because
yeah.
I just feel like that's just
Yeah. I mean,
my
there's certain
personal
things
preference
that's
on
just-
that. Yeah, but that like I said,
Chris, you'll get next time, soldier.
oh no, it's
No.
it's just like there's certain things that I'm gonna stand on that I feel, and then there's certain things I'll say you might be right, and then there's some things I'm gonna argue until the end, and then I come back and apologize. And there's certain things that your mom had just really bust my head with, and I have to go back and look and go like, dang, you was a real lame, a real jerk, a real punk for that. You know what I'm saying? And I have to go back and apologize to the people or whoever it is, and apologize to them. But at the same time, I don't, and it's hard to say that because I know how Krista feel about things, but that right there is something I just don't bend on. And there's other things that I won't bend on. But at the same time, I understand what she's saying. And I understand what you're saying. I understand what y'all saying. but it's just certain things I won't bend on. Then there's certain things that I'm going to bend on because it's eating me up. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't eat me up. Like when I say that, it don't bother me. It don't convict me. It don't bother me. But there's some things that y'all have said to me to be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I still think to this day and be like, God, dog, am I doing right now with what he said or what she said?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll eat me up. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who will agree. But I just think you need raw and uncut the same way I think you need sweet and sugar.
But see, that's the thing. I
You know?
feel like when it comes to, because the life, I guess you could say, is like a precious thing.
Yeah, it is.
A precious
It's
thing.
very precious. You
So
right?
when you come at somebody that's on the edge of breaking,
Yeah,
and you come at them raw,
yeah.
I feel like that's the time you need to add a little, just
But
a
see,
little bit.
But see, that's my thing. When I go to people, if I think somebody's broke,
Yeah.
I don't go like, nigga, you stupid.
And no, I
You
get that,
ignorant.
but
I'll be like,
like,
see, that's why I
I'm
say
saying, like
that.
how Mom was saying, like how you, it just seemed like you were just putting it out there very loosely, like.
And yeah, because
But
but
like,
that's how I
you
feel.
would deal with it.
No, that's not how I'll
That's
deal with it.
that's
Heck
how I
no.
took it.
Heck no.
That's all I'm
That's what I think
Yeah.
about people who do that.
Yeah, no,
But that's not how I deal with it. Like if Chris came to me and said he was contemplating, my first thing is, Shawty, can I be 100 with you? Like, well, you don't take it this way or take it away. Like whoever I speak to, I gotta open it up with sugar first.
Yeah. Okay.
Get him something sweet
I just
before I
wanna make
give him
sure,
something
okay,
bitter.
we got
You know what I'm
that,
saying?
understand that.
Oh no, never. I would, man. I take suicide very, very serious. When people, talk about suicide,
It just,
I take that 100%. Like, nah, I ain't gonna say 100. I take that jump 200%
I
because
take it 3.
people be on some real. If you don't say the right thing, if you don't say the right thing, that's all it takes
Yeah.
for that one wrong little
No,
thing
yeah,
to
yeah,
say, and they're gonna end it all.
Yeah.
So don't.
See that, but see, I guess it's because online is such a dangerous thing.
Yeah, when
So
you
because we're on here,
yeah,
like let's just say someone tuned in
and heard me
right?
say that,
and heard you say,
like, dang,
yeah,
that's how you feel. Yeah,
dang, like, oh, I'm really sucked in their life, like,
Yeah.
this- so that's why I kind of wanted to, but I just wanted to clear that out and just make sure.
Bang on.
oh no, I'm
That's what I know.
100%. I'm 100% with what you saying and what Mom's saying. Like I'm behind y'all 100. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, no,
But I would
I mean, I do
never,
too, though. That's why said
I would
agree with you.
never treat anybody, especially when it come to that and depression.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
don't
like
play
you
around
been
with.
through it, so it's just like,
Yeah, I don't been through it. I
know.
don't play around. I know that's
Yeah,
serious.
no,
I
facts.
know it's real.
But at the
But
same
I don't. I
time-
just think that there's more fight
yeah.
to the dog. If the dog
You just
can,
gotta
he gonna
dig
fight.
deep enough to find it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
So
I agree with you
yeah,
on that.
that's
Yeah.
my thing. But I definitely feel that way, but I don't play around with it.
Yeah.
I no way in the world would I ever play around with,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
why I
doing
say,
that.
like, when
Yeah.
I was younger, if you would have came to me, it was just
Oh
like,
heck yeah.
man,
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have murked myself if I seen that a young kid murked himself because I told him, you're a
that
coward.
was- yeah.
You know, yeah, heck
That's why I
no.
was-
Never
that's
that.
why I was
Never
saying
that. Never
Yeah,
that.
okay.
What you were saying, Chris?
I forgot.
What's that question you had wrote down?
What time is it?
Man, we went over. We're like, we got 15 minutes left. We might as well
Okay.
finish it out.
What you got?
All right, so you remember that time?
So Barbara died.
Man, what was I about to say? I had a question for you, which
Mm.
I kind of like. You kind of already answered it. You said you don't think about that. But my question was in my phone.
He done forgot it. You need to write it down for real.
Huh? So look, I said,
Screen
yeah. Huh?
blank, y'all. His screen ain't even on.
Hey, so look.
His-
So would you cut off your like?
I can't hear you. They can't hear you.
My
either.
fault. My fault.
Yeah.
So would you cut off? Could you cut off like someone that really like really close to you for a stranger?
If it's in God will, yes. If it's in God will, and that's what He want me to do, yeah. Anything God want me to do, I don't care what it is, I'm willing to walk with it. I hate it. Not gonna tell you I ain't gonna hate it, but I'm willing to try and do it. I am. I'm not, and then I'm not saying that I welcome anything God do. I'm not saying that, but I am saying if God tells me, like if God said right now, and I know it was God, and He said, "Look, I want you to drop everything, and I want you to be outside for 3 months, and I want you to stay outside and preach the word for 3 months." I'm gonna have to do it.
That's what I was about to say.
You
I
know?
remember what I was about to say now.
You're welcome.
So check this out.
You
I feel
welcome.
like we live in, like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we live in like a new age, where I feel like it's almost impossible to be just stuck in one because of the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of
Mhm.
social media. So it's like, but it like
But see,
it's like people encourage suicide these days though.
They do.
But see, in the same
People
time,
do
too, you
encourage
gotta say,
suicide.
like, that's the world we live in. Because it's like I said, there's tribes that they're finding now that's just like
Well, not only
you
that,
don't even
but
know about
it
because they're just so isolated.
it's even worse now
What?
because you're looking at everybody's
Yeah,
highlight
then that's
reel and
another
assuming
thing,
that's
Yeah.
their
too.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if
Yeah.
I'm looking on Instagram and I'm saying, "Oh,
She just seems so happy.
she's in this place,
Like-
and look how pretty she is,
Yeah.
and look at where she's
with
always
me, there
going,
was-
and I'm not able to
It
go
should be
anywhere, and I don't look
motivation.
like
No,
that."
but see, here's the thing.
You
like,
look
like,
at it as
like
motivation.
with me, right? There was a point in time.
It should.
I can
It
say
should
it
be
now because
motivation.
I done learned how to change
Maybe.
it. to
Sometimes
motivation.
it don't work.
Listen,
Yeah, no.
listen. If I go to work every day and every bit of money I get goes to my rent, so I can't save up money to take a trip, to go on vacation. I'm just looking at what I can't have.
Hmm.
I'm not looking. It's not motivating me to anything. If all I can ever afford to eat is noodles because I can't afford to eat the vegetables that help you look like that. What motivation do I have? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's easy to say it should be motivation, but at the end of the day, you're dealing in people's mindsets, and that's a dangerous place to be, is in your
Right.
own head. And if all that's before you is you're consumed with that, and you assume it's just like watching Kobe Bryant play basketball, and you assume that it just comes naturally to him. My God, he's naturally talented, and he is naturally talented, but you don't understand the work that goes in on the back end, and you don't see the hard work, and you don't see what it takes to get them there. And you don't understand that for every goal he makes, he's missed 500 of them. You don't ever see that side
Yeah.
of it.
When you don't see the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
stuff.
and you're just looking at the highlight reel. That's what
But
you're
like-
dealing with.
Like I was gonna say, like even like there was a point in time where my jump was more so it's working for this person, it's working for this person. I went to school with this dude. Now he's driving in this, and these people doing all this, and it's like, what am I doing wrong? You feel me? So it's just like then I got like, jump not gonna work out for me because everybody else got it as soon as they got out. Blah blah blah. I'm still stuck here doing it. 6 feet.
Shut up.
But no, like for real though, even like, but there was a point where it was just kind of like seeing people moving on up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dang, bro, like, is it me? Like, do I suck at life or something? Like, what's up, bro? But then, I mean, like I said, I kind of look at it like jump lane to kill yourself and jump like that. That's how I look at it. I had to, honestly, I had to talk to myself very aggressively. Like, I done called myself a B before. I done cuss myself out, everything. Like, honestly, I'm just being 100.
Mhm.
Like, it done been times where I sit there like I might get frustrated because I can't get a beat out.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you act like little right now. Like, get it done. Like, it's not that hard, bro.
Yeah.
And that's how I had to talk to myself. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't be like,
Oh, it's gonna be all right.
calm
man.
down.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Relax.
No, because then it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
look,
I do the same thing when I drive.
that's why you can't
Cause I
drive.
be thinking to myself when I be driving, I'm like, bro, you tripping. Like I be
Yeah.
like, I find myself like falling to like my own thoughts. Like, man,
Yeah.
this man, you tripping, man, for real. I ain't getting
But that's
nothing
what I'm
done.
saying,
I'm
same
like,
thing
I'm
with the
tripping,
internet,
bro.
too, though.
Oh, man,
People will see
Okay.
that and they're just like, they'll see you. Oh, dang, Chris got a nice car. Oh, dang, Chris got some new shoes on. Well, where you get them glasses from? Dang, Chris doing it, right?
they don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So this is
glad
all
you
they
brought
see-
it
all
up.
they
That's
see
why-
is the 5 behind picture you posting, and now it's just like, why can't I get? Why
But see,
am I
that's
there?
that's another thing too. Man, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic because
Perception.
even
Yeah.
with that, the same amount of time, and I blame everybody for this. I'm serious because the
That's
same
not
amount of
nobody, not
time that you
everybody.
put, the same amount of time that you put into showing you having fun, you should put that same amount of time as
No,
in the gospel. Like, don't come up here. Don't. That's why certain things like I'll just rap. That way you see me do a lot of rap or like talking. I don't do pictures or taking pictures or I don't. I'm trying to get into it, but I don't do it because, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I never do pictures, the main reason why I never do pictures is because pictures lie, and pictures will tell you something and tell Krista something and tell you something, and it all be three different
See, but
stories.
that's why art
And
is so dangerous too. because
exactly,
it's just on how you perceive it.
exactly.
Because like someone could see a picture and think, "Oh, that's a human."
hmm
Someone might see it and say, "No, that's a dog."
Yeah,
But
So
that's
yeah.
a benefit. That's
no,
that's
it
a
is,
good
it is.
thing. That's
But see,
beautiful.
That's the thing. But that's what I'm saying.
But
It's dangerous because like you say, it's one of those neutral things. It can be very positive or it can be very
Yeah.
bad.
Yes.
So it's
But
just
then,
like,
but again, it all goes back to what's in your own head.
yeah,
That's
But-
why those splotch tests they used to use in psychology. Like, look at this ink blot and tell me what you see. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, you said
I've
Lisa, I was
it
just
seems
about to
like
say.
I haven't heard people talk about it in
me
a long
too.
time, but because it's all about your frame of reference, what's
Yeah.
in your what's in your own head, and that's what I'm saying. That's a very dangerous place to be because if it's not healthy, then it's just driving you further. If you're depressed, everything you see around you is just going to depress you further.
but I
And if you're if you are the kind of person to see good in everything, then everything you see is just going to drive you further to see good in things. Like it's all mentality.
but that's why I say it's really on us, the ones in this room that say they Christians or claim that you're a Christian. It's really on us, and that's why we're gonna feel the blunt of everything harder than everyone else. I feel like it because when you put out a picture constantly where you're happy, 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 and it looks like you never, and all I know is social media, and it feels like all you never get any bad time, then I'm going to feel a certain way. Why do I feel bad? Why do I feel like this? And she's happy all the time. But if you get on there and say, dang, I'm having a bad time, I'm having this. I just went through this. I just feel like the same way you push the positive, you need to push the negative.
The real,
So that
you
people,
need to be real.
yeah, you need to be real because people need to understand that nobody ever knew that certain artists, like, oh boy, you know who I'm talking about. I can't think his name. Chris might know him too. He had a mental breakdown. Mental breakdown when he was on an interview. And he had to leave the room because he was crying. He just had to let it out.
You talking about Jada Young?
I don't know. It's
He
like
got
dark
dread.
skin, got dread. All of them got dread.
He from New
But-
Orleans.
yeah, he from New Orleans. Yeah.
Okay, pop.
yeah. So he had to leave because he just had he started thinking about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
People think he's supposed to be just happy because he got all this money but he had to leave. And he say, real niggas cry too. And he's right about that. We do. But the problem is we have glorified niggas don't cry. They just suck it up and keep moving, and they stay tough at all
But
times.
see, that's what I'm saying. That right there is
Yeah.
the point. That you look at somebody who's being weak and vulnerable,
Mhm.
and you say you're not strong enough. That doesn't do anything to benefit that person by telling them they weren't strong enough. You're feeding into what they already.
But see, I wouldn't tell a
the
person
percep-
they weren't
No,
strong.
no, no. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
go ahead.
I'm talking about by putting, like G was saying, putting the idea out there that it's a cop out that somebody should have been stronger.
Well, I just
They
think
weren't strong enough.
I think a person has to deal with your thoughts and what you think. You asked me, y'all asked what I thought about suicide. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have
Oh,
to
yeah,
you have
yeah.
to become you have to understand that when you ask a person something, it's not gonna come out the way you want it to come
No,
out. It's gonna
I'm
come.
not disagreeing
So
with
if
you.
I
I'm
say I
saying
just think
even the
this is this,
mindset,
then that's
though.
it.
I
Yeah.
was just saying, even dealing with the mindset behind
Yeah.
it. By looking at somebody and saying, even if that's how you feel, they weren't strong enough. Well, if I look at you and I see you crying, and I'm like, you should be stronger than that. That made you cry? Like,
Yeah.
you should be stronger than that.
Well,
I'm
and you
not
know what I
doing
do?
anything to benefit your situation.
But you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm pushing you further into
Should have
what
made you
you're.
cry.
So then, what do you?
Who?
I'm sorry, Mickey. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
About
you can.
that. Should
Well,
have made you cry.
both of y'all was asking the
Oh,
question. I didn't know who was
I
going.
was gonna say, cause like with me, right? Like
Mm,
I haven't cried in a minute. I
Yeah.
don't cap. But I see, and I guess too, cause like I say, like glorifying
hurts,
not
man.
crying. Cause like I'll tell if I feel myself about to cry now,
Yeah.
like I just be like, bro, you're getting a little beat. Like honestly, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like That's
right,
how I
which isn't
feel.
healthy.
Yeah, which
So it's
isn't
like,
healthy.
But
Yeah.
how is it not though?
Man,
Because you- because you
have
purify
an
yourself out.
emotion.
Yeah, that's
why
a
I need that's but no,
Feeling an
honestly,
emotion.
that's why like I like to ride my motor. That's why I want a faster motorcycle too though. But like honestly, like when I ride, that honestly helps me get it out. Like I feel like you don't have to cry like all the time to get something.
No,
no,
you
you
don't.
don't.
That's
But
true.
there's some times that you need to purify
You think so?
yourself. Yeah, I think.
Well, if it's an
I think-
emotion
yeah.
that you feel
I
and
don't
you're
know.
Yeah.
suppressing
Yeah.
an
That's,
emotion,
I feel like
if
that's
you're
subjective.
if you're
No, it's not.
if you're
It's not.
suppressing any emotion, it's not.
There you go.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying though. But when I
N-
drive or when I'm going fast,
If that's his
it
way of
helps me
landing out,
deal with
then
it,
it's,
because
I
it's
feel like
almost
that's-
it's almost like I
That's-
know.
No,
I
no,
could
no,
die.
Right.
no.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're
but you're
finding a
covering
healthy,
up. You're
if you-
covering it up.
If you're finding a healthy,
How though?
if you're
I'm
finding
sorry.
a healthy outlet for something,
Uh,
that's totally different than suppressing it. So suppression is you saying you acting like a little bee and do this so
Yeah,
that you
like-
don't do
But that's
that.
what I'm saying. I'm not finna cry, but at the same time,
That's what I'm saying. You're
I gotta do
suppressing it.
this.
But what I'm saying is, it's just like okay.
So
if
you
get
don't-
angry,
you don't
I look at it
cry,
like,
but
what
you
is
get
crying-
angry.
But see, that's the thing. I look at it like, what is crying gonna do?
No, but what is anger
riding-
gonna do?
What is
But see,
riding your
that's-
bike
and
fast
but
gonna
that's what I'm
do?
saying. I know I could die at any moment, so I'm
So you're
I
gonna
don't
try
know,
to kill
it's some-
yourself quicker by
honestly,
riding
no,
your
no,
bike
no,
fast?
Exactly.
Look,
It's like you
I'm-
want to die.
No, look,
I don't-
like seriously, like I honestly like it's knowing I could slip up at any moment, but I don't know how to explain it.
Well, you can slip
Cause-
up with anger.
No, seriously. Look, almost like, all right, you know how they say. I guess it's the best way to put it. You know how they say, when you realize that you could die tomorrow, you'll live your life fully
Yeah, for sure.
every day.
Mm.
It's like that almost. So when I'm riding or when I'm going fast, it's like, bro, like I don't know. It just helps. me
I
release
understand
something.
what you're
So,
saying.
but at the same time, I feel like, cause like when I get angry, right? Like if I were to get angry at something, I'm not finna hold back. See, when I'm calm or when I'm just not angry or like I'm just regular minded, there's certain things I will and won't say when versus when I'm angry, right? Like I feel like being angry helped me get my point across. Almost, I don't know how to explain it.
But what I'm saying is, being angry could cause a one snap, two snap,
It
just
could,
like driving.
That's what I'm saying though. But it helps.
But
me
learning to
personally.
control something. Now, should you cry at the drop of a hat?
No,
Like, oh, you
No,
like,
heck no.
like, oh, I said, gee, that was really dumb what you just did, and you start crying.
Yeah,
That's different.
yeah, no.
Managing your emotions is one thing. Feeling your emotions is one thing.
And I think
Yeah.
that's what it is when
Suppressing
I'm
your
dri- I
emotions
feel
is
it when I
another thing.
drive.
So, like, and finding a healthy outlet. If riding your motorcycle is a healthy outlet for you, great. But if it's something that you're doing so that you don't have to feel, that's something
No,
totally
it's not like
different.
that. Yeah, no. Yeah, if I
So
put
riding
it
your
out
bike
there that way,
literally helps you
it
deal with
literally,
your.
yeah, it get all right.
It's just,
I guess
yeah.
it's like honestly, like when people and I be feeling this so hard when people say it because like I know what it means, but like when people say like when you get on that car and you grab the handle or like when you're on a motorcycle and you grab it, like you become one with it, almost like Avatar. You know when they take their hair and they would
You
connect
think
it to the
Professor's
beast
dragon?
and they would connect with them. I honestly feel that way. So it's like when my engine is
avatars and
going like this, that's how my body like I feel that.
I
in
understand.
myself. So
I
it's like,
understand that.
when I'm
The
doing it, it's
concept.
like I'm getting it all out
Yeah,
at
I
one
understand.
time.
The
I don't know how to
concept.
explain it, but like honestly, like
That-
driving and doing all that stuff, that's therapeutic to me. Like music and stuff
I'm
is cool.
100%
but-
with you with the therapeutic. I just think that at the same time, if you've gotten to the point where you're about to drop tears and you say no, I'm not going to do it, there's a problem
Why though?
because you need to. It needs to. You have to purify yourself
But that's what I'm
sometimes.
saying. If I'm purifying,
But you're not
myself,
purifying yourself because it's still not out. It's just gone for a second. That's why you do it over and over and over and over. Good. There's a difference. See, when you honestly let something go, right? It can come back, but you can kill it, or it don't come back at all.
I see what you're saying.
It's-
But if you don't handle it, it keeps coming back,
Yeah,
and
you're
you
not
go.
dealing
It's
with
just
it.
like
But-
this.
but-
It's just
but
like this.
then what-
You know how
like,
people
but you
smoke?
could
They'll
say that-
smoke weed when they depressed.
Yeah,
Some
facts.
people smoke weed.
Yeah,
It takes away all their pain.
yeah,
But then as soon as they're not high no more, they feel the depression
yeah.
because they're not dealing with it. They're just, and I'm not saying that running behind a car and doing what you're doing ain't helping you. What I'm saying is sometimes you have to do that because it's almost like
But see,
It's like, you know, when you get mad
I
and you
feel like
punch
you can say
something.
the same thing about crying though.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. And I'm gonna show you why it's true though. But you know how when you get mad and you punch something,
Yeah.
you feel better. It's like you got it all out,
But
right?
certain things.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like,
I
you
can't
got
punch
it
you
out.
and get it out.
Yeah, it's like you got it all out, right?
Go punch that concrete right there.
I do
Then.
that,
Ain't going
bro.
nowhere.
I've done that before.
But when
Yeah, for real.
but
Like,
when
that's how I got it. I don't know. I'll talk.
but when you there's certain things that you have to cry about or that tears have to come out to purify yourself. It just has
But
to.
that's what I'm saying. But then
It's
you
a
can
pure.
say that- you
That's
can
why
say
God
the
gave
same
it to you
thing,
though,
Like,
huh?
I say you can say the same thing with
But-
crying because like if you got to go back, you got to keep going back to crying. 'Cause you
No,
keep
but-
releasing-
Yeah,
No.
is
That's
true.
not what
a
I'm
people
saying.
that's
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying. I'm sorry, Krista.
Okay.
I'm not saying cry all the time. I'm saying if you let's just say
No, I know. I'm saying
6
when
months
you,
from now.
I'm saying like when you said like how you said you be on the verge of like let's say you in public, right?
Mhm.
Of course you're not really supposed to cry in public. I
Man,
don't know,
shoot, if
can
you
say
feel
it.
like crying,
But
cry. I
that's
don't
what
care
I'm
what
saying,
nobody
but
says.
that's what I'm saying. Like you know how like there's certain things in public you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And if
Or
crying
you would
was
try
one
not to
of
do.
them,
Yeah.
If crying was one of them, and you feel like you just gotta let it go now.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like it would be the same thing though, because you gotta keep crying. Like
No, but what I'm saying
you
is
forget on that
what
verge.
it depends on what you're crying about. That's one. And
that's what
two,
I'm
if
saying,
you a
I'm just-
crybaby, that's different.
No, yeah. No, I'm
I'm
not
so-
saying being a crybaby.
I'm
just
saying
like
If you had this,
feel it, like when you feel like, I mean, of course you're gonna feel when you're about to cry because you'll feel your eyes get watery and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? So it's like you gotta when you're at that point, it's like okay, now I gotta keep releasing this.
if you cry let's just say you cry 3 times a year.
Mhm.
Okay. If that's what that's what it takes. The same way if you get behind a car.
So
I
how
just
do you get to the point
but-
where you don't.
don't cry or don't
when you
have
just-
issues? What?
Almost, yeah, where you done dealt with it. How do you know you done dealt with it?
I think when it comes back and you can just wipe it off. When it comes back and it's just like, oh, and keep it moving. And there's things that you have did that on.
Yeah,
There's things that I've seen you sit there and go, I'm tripping,
Yeah.
and just go. That's when you know you got to handle it. But when it's to a point where you got to keep going to show that you mean what you mean, that's when you don't have an issue on. You don't have a control on it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but we're gonna continue this because I know Chris got to go, and I know y'all hungry. So I know. So listen, y'all, we had a good conversation, great conversation. I'm gonna pray us out because we haven't been doing that, and then we're gonna go. I ain't even playing the music or nothing. We're just gonna go off. All right. With that said, y'all, made out.
Well, you gotta
Right.
pray.
No. Well, yeah, you're right. I was gonna pray after that one, but
Man, it don't work.
Father Lord, we come before you and we just want to thank you for another opportunity, God. We thank you for this conversation. We thank you for everybody who was here. And we hope that people hear this and we hope that people have heard this and take it the right way, God, that you edify their body to take it the way it needs to be took. Father, we just want to thank you for this. We love you. God, we just thank you for letting us spread the word. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. With that said, made out.
Make salute, baby. Oh, what done happened?
Now I gotta hit it.
ATL with another.